Hello, hello, everybody. Mickey and the lovely Kaz. A little bit early tonight, but
hello, Grand Fog. I just said hello to you on the thing, so you see Caroline Mitchell. That's me.
Yeah, so we just got to get going a little bit early tonight, just for why not? Why not? Yeah. Seeing new face out there. Don't want them sitting around waiting in the dark.
It's according to this, you've got 4.
Open the door. 4 of you out there.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hello, guys.
Hi,
Luciv, how you doing, mate? Great camp, that. I saw you had a good time out on Dartmoor. Didn't get carried off by the beast. That's good stuff. Do excuse me, keep moving my head tonight, guys. Got a bit of a crick in the back of the old
dirty
neck.
faces.
Dirty faces. Hiya, brother. Hope you're good. And I am on tonight, back to the old Mickey. So I've got a bottle of Merrydown cider.
And tonight, Kaz is on the vodka.
Yeah, not particularly strong. And again, only once a week. So I'm going to have a pint of cider.
Hi, Katrina. Look at the hearts. Woo.
Hey, hiya, Katrina. How you doing?
Are you down in Brighton, lovey? Oh, that's strong.
Woo. Is that strong? Did you make it strong?
Hi, Kiwi. Yeah.
Hi, Kiwi. How you doing, brother?
It's a very cheap vodka, and it's
yeah, a bit lively.
Yeah, it's a bit.
There you go. Nice drop of cider for Mickey. Pint of cider.
Oh, look at the love hearts. It's so sweet.
Yeah, we were getting lots of love hearts, didn't
we? Hannah and your mum are. Ah, I see.
All right, so, I hope you've all had a great week. Those of you who drink, cheers. For those of you that don't, cheers.
Hi, Owen. Hi, Faye. Hi, Maya.
Oh, that's good.
That is a bit.
Oh, nothing like a bit of cider. Sharp, sweet. Been in the fridge, nice and cold. Cracking. So,
I was given this a little while ago, and I'm just having that. And it's...
Yeah. So, what are we covering tonight? Well, I'm letting you lot lead it tonight, aren't I? I turned around. I said last week that what I would do is I would try and follow you guys on the comments a little bit more. Try and follow that instead of going off on my tangents and rambles. But what I will, cheers, Owen. Tonight's quiz is courtesy
Island Jason.
Island Jason, and that will be at about 8:45 UK time. So we're looking in about what's the time now? We're looking about 50 minutes from now.
He sent us the questions because he was doing a weekend out camp. And he's hoping to be back in time to do the quiz. If not,
but if he's not back in time, I've got his list of questions and answers here. Hi, Jess, how you doing? How's Scotland? I hope it's all good up there.
I see Northern Yorkshire. It's minus stupid.
Minus stupid in
Yorkshire.
With
snow. Yeah, Northern Yorkshire.
And I see lots of our friends Lefty over at Bull Shoals. He was getting a bit of snow. I see on one of his videos today as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's winter, isn't it? It's what happens, unfortunately. But it never snows here.
Hi, Kitten Killer.
If you know anybody that... Hi, John. How you doing?
Hi, John.
Know anybody that really hates snow? If you've got a friend that really hates snow, tell them to relocate to Farnborough, Hampshire, in the United Kingdom. It doesn't snow here. It's something to do with the airport. It's... They've got some sort of space age technology.
We had a message from our youngest son who lives in Prague, and this morning it was -8.
Yeah, -8. And he's got snow and bears and the occasional wolf.
Yeah.
But he loves it. He loves it. Right, so...
Bushcross, Sussex.
Hiya, Kitten. Hiya, Sussex. How you doing, guys? Hope you're good. John Kennedy. Hiya, brother. Pub's open. Doors open. Get yourself in, grab the fire.
Willow is here, below the table, having the wind again. Hi, Stealth.
Hi, Stealth. How you doing, brother? How's you and Flack? Sorry I missed your live, mate. I was gutted. It was one of those moments where I literally went, picked up my phone after doing something, looked down, and your live had ended, and I was like, oh! Dropped to my knees, hands in the air like that, just as the plane flew away. No, there's Stealth.
we actually joined Lefty on his first live last night. It was midnight, wasn't it, when he went on? Brilliant. And he's really chuffed that there was us, John, and I can't remember who else was on there with him.
Yeah, it was good. It was good fun. Oh, I've been doing it. Oh, bloody neck. Excuse me, guys.
I wonder what I'm doing. I've got cocktail sausages to keep the
dog sausages.
The little fur, but
so I'm catching up with Jack Hargreaves today. For any of you that have never come across him, back in the 70s, he was a guy that had, well, let's face it, he'd grown up in the countryside, spent his life out there. I got to watch a very interesting documentary about him, and he was a guy in the 1970s to early 80s, tried to document what he'd seen before and after the Second World War, how the countryside had changed. He was trying to keep some of the traditions, some of the stories. He understood that things had to move on and modernise, but he wanted to keep the tales. And he did some fantastic programmes. However, he was very unique in his programmes, as in all the countryside footage he was shown never had any sound on it. He didn't record sound out there. And then he would do a voiceover. Well, I found out today, watching a documentary with his cameraman, that he drove the TV companies up the wall because he demanded that he did it his way. So his program was live recorded in a studio, and all his voiceover work was literally hit play on a video of the soundless recording, and he would sit there in the studio and go, and yeah, so-and-so was doing this, and so-and-so was doing that, and this is that, and all this stuff would have been recorded in the summer, and they used to do the sound side of it in the winter. But he wouldn't work from scripts.
I don't even want to put it on the board, but Sussex is doing a live on Tuesday night. He's taking his stepson out for a cookout.
Right, hang on, I'll put that up on the board. Anybody else wants to put anything up on the board like that, then we can do.
Hi, Simon.
That's not a bad idea. Let's stop. If you want to tell us if you've got a live coming
we know we've
up,
got Benny has a live at 11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, the old boy with a grey beard and glasses. Willow, were you? Oh, he's been. Just pack it in. Look, have a sausage. Oh, yeah.
Like Bushcraft Sussex, yeah?
Yep. It's Tuesday night.
So what's the date on Tuesday? Well, we're on 16th now, and Sunday, Monday will be 17th, 18th. What time's he doing it?
He just said evening, didn't they? Give a time.
Evening, right. Alright, so what I'm doing is wipe that up there.
Yeah, I'm having exactly the same problem, Stealth. It's really annoying when you don't get a notification. Yeah, out of town. I remember we watched that one the other day when he took his apples along, and they all took their apples, and the bloke that had the apple press to make the cider kept. He got a certain amount of everyone else's.
Right, so if anybody else has got a live coming up this
about
week,
8-ish.
About 8-ish?
Till 10.
Between 8 and 10. So I should put.
My father used to watch it all because he used to like all the country stuff. I've got quite a lot of my dad's old tools here that he's collected over the years. And yeah. And long netting. That's another one I enjoyed
long
watching.
Netting, yeah.
Today he was doing, it's not politically correct now, but they were using otter hounds to get mink.
Yeah,
because back then it was, as we have, a lot of problem with them.
A lot of problems with mink today. And again, this was filmed back in the 70s, and this is when they banned otter hunting. And the otter hounds, the otter hunts, actually, it was them that banned it. This is one of the funny things. It wasn't the government that banned otter hunting. It was the otter hunts came together in the UK. They had a big meeting, and they literally all turned around, bar one or two, and went, the day for this is done. However, there is a species
Hi,
out
Lisa.
there causing and they shut
Oh,
down.
happy birthday, Ray.
Within a year, they got asked to come back to help control mink by the authorities because the mink were going rampant. They'd been released in their thousands and were spreading like wildfire and killing absolutely everything as we know mink do in the UK. They've got no
Say hello,
natural
Lefty.
predators here. So they are a bit of an issue.
There you go, Lefty. This
Hi, Lisa.
is the willow.
Hope
Also,
everybody celebrated
Bushcraft
his birthday.
Sussex knows the bloke who's got the big press that still does it.
Ooh, might be worth a visit. Give me a shout when he's out pressing
Hi,
his
Andy.
apples. I'll come down with you and we might film it. We'll do a collab. How about that? How'd you fancy that? Lefty, hello, mate. How you doing?
That's why I bought the willow up for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the. Yeah, it's just like a ball of. Yeah.
Ball of fidget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a great mouser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, Chichester.
Yeah. I used to use long nets myself. The art of long netting is a dying thing, especially done properly, because people would say to me, "Oh yeah, you need running dogs and that." Nah.
No.
If you're doing long netting properly, all you need is a handful of guys and stealth, pure stealth. It's a bit of an art form. Ideally, you want a slight wind on the night, and you're gonna catch rabbits, but potentially by the hundreds if you.
I also knows an old charcoal burner. Wow. I remember going to.
Yeah, that'd be quality.
I think I went to Singleton and watched them do the charcoal burning camp.
My lad Dan, when he went to agricultural college, he had to take 2 courses. So he took animal husbandry because he was obviously learning to become a shepherd, which he did, qualified in that. And he also took up Greenwood crafts. So they went off, they learned about charcoal making, hurdle making and that, and he loved all the traditional side. Dan, he ended up making hurdles for everybody.
Yeah, we had hurdles in the garden, and he also learned how to make the living hedge, where you take the hawthorn and that half down and lay it.
Yeah, my lad was a bit of a traditionalist that way. It was like, today we can do spraying tractors and combines, or we can do hedge laying. Do the hedge laying.
And he did the stone walling as well.
Yeah, do you remember he did the gamekeeper inside, and he turned up with his shotgun, frightened everybody. He didn't frighten them through intimidation. It was a case of all these, shall we say, fairly well-to-do lads and ladies had turned up with their mummies and daddies, bought brand new Brownings and Berettas and things like that. And Dan turns up with a proper gamekeeper's gun.
It's an AYA.
Yeah, AYA Cosmos, single barrel.
Yes,
right? 36 inch, full choke, goose gun. Nothing's getting away from that.
I thought it was a ball gun.
No, it was a goose gun.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Really good gun.
Yeah, Dan went to Merritwood here near Guildford. It's good because they have open days twice a year, especially at lambing. You can go there, and the likelihood of you seeing a lamb being born is, because I've got so many. My son, he was supposed to do 2 days, didn't he, of lambing? And he actually did 2 solid weeks. Yeah, he was like a zombie when he come home.
Old country skills are starting to come back to the fore these days. I mean, even when we look at some of the countryside programs today, it's quite interesting how. And I'm not going to name any of the programs, but anybody in the UK knows the British farming programs, what they're like. They're not farmers on there, you know. You get presenters that fit the demographic that they want to aim for, and then they'll turn up at some old farm, and there's some old farm boy that stood there talking about how he's doing it like his granddad is, you know, he's crop rotating, so he doesn't need to put fertilizer on that. And you've got some young presenter who pretty much, I've always had this image that they turn up off camera and go, "Oh, I said,
hi, Lefty, I've got the link for you, so I can send the pictures over for you."
So they turn around, you know, this presenter turns up off camera and turns to the farmer and says, "What's the big brown 4-legged thing over there? What's one of them then?" You know, "Oh, that's a cow." "Ah, cow. Interesting. The little small fluffy ones, the furry ones?" "Sheeps. Is that sheeps? This is how you say it for lots of them?" No, sheep. Oh, and these? Chickens. Oh, and what do you use chickens for?" Eggs. How fascinating. Comes out of where? My God, no.
Yeah, because they got their own language, haven't they, Sussex? So it's a lot of they talk, and we get that when we go to Cornwall.
Yeah.
A lot of the farm men, the old boys, they start talking, and Jason, the chef, he comes in sometimes. He's like, "What did he say?"
That is.
Yeah, but they got their own language, haven't they? They use what they used to call it, and it's so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of the old.
No, it's only directly. Yeah. It's never never in a rush.
Yeah, directly.
Never then there.
Yeah, be there directly. Plumbers coming directly means you can be there anytime in the next 48 hours to 2 weeks. So for anybody that doesn't know, so in southern England especially, we had a dialect, an old dialect, which you quite often hear ridiculed on TV and comedies and things like that. With a couple of old boys stood at the gate going, "Ooh, arr,
did you see what Andy's just said?"
Cow's nest edge.
That's true. Anywhere, anywhere the farmers are, it's so they can that keeps their conversation to themselves. So if they like, we went out on Dartmoor, and we were out near and we noticed these lines on this bridge, and they were coming from this bridge to the tree, and so I would put in some fish lines, and some old boys come. I goes, "Oh, I said, yes, you're right, yes. How funny! It's a load of lines here." And all right, I said, yeah. It looks like someone's doing some like illegal fishing. He goes, all right, yeah. And everywhere we went, we see them. They're all trying to take these lines in.
Same old boys. They're in their 80s, pulling in their handlines for their trout and that. However, yeah, and so southern England, literally from Kent right way through to Cornwall, so we had a dialect that really existed up until about 60 years ago, prolifically in the rural countryside, called Yap, Y-A-P. And countryside Yap goes back to Old English. And this was the rural conversation. This was
TJ.
Partly the way that locals were able to discuss things in a pub without the lord of the manor knowing what was going on. But it was also taken as it was an ancestral tongue. It had been passed down. You could have taken a guy from Kent to Cornwall, and they could have conversed. They even had their own systems of counting, which still exists in some places in the UK. You could, especially amongst shepherds, you still have the what they call the Yan Tan Tetherer. So Yan Tan Tetherer, Dick, Nordic, so on. And this was a counting system, okay, that existed. And all these things got sort of destroyed by, I won't say destroyed by television, but media and that helped to erode it. All they wanted to keep was the funny thing of the old farm bloke stood on the gate with his crosses on his front.
Like two Ronnies. Yeah, like the white smock and that, yeah. And
we all learned to speak English from television. But these dialects still exist in deep, dark holes. There's still words and traditions there. And it's not just in the UK. This is all over the world because, again, when people moved out from different parts of Britain, they took it with them. So in the States, I've no doubt in different areas, you've got different dialects depending on where people originated from. You'll have your own terms of phrases for things. Same in Australia, same all over the world. There is always a difference between rural speak and town speak. It's almost like two separate languages.
Yeah, when we ever go to Cornwall, he goes straight back into the Cornish. Yeah. I'm a bit like that when we go to Sussex and that.
It's funny. People up here say to me, "Go on, say something in Cornish," and I can't mimic it. It's not something that you just do. However, I go down there. I've only got to hear my cousins, my uncles, and that, and some of the locals talking. My brain just slips into northwest country or North Cornish, and I pick it up, and I sort of slip into it. I don't mimic it. I don't copy it. I don't try and create it. It's just the way the accent is, and it just feels normal talking to people like that. The same as when I speak to. I used to work with a lad from the Highlands, Bill, and he was broad Scottish. And after 6 weeks of working with him every day, I was coming home. Kaz had asked me something, which you say, "Oh, do you want a cup of tea?" I'll have a cup of tea. you know. And
He does that. Yeah, I noticed you when you're talking to Stuart
Yeah.
a lot. You do it.
Yeah, and it's just something I do naturally. So
Yeah, John says that him and Lefty, they're okay, but the other guys talk funny.
Yeah, and again, it's something. One to chuckle at. It is right to chuckle at it, but it's also to admire because it dates back. It's a history. It's a link to your past.
I got a posh my phone voice and my other voice.
Yeah. Oh, you've had that. You know, people are like,
yeah.
oh,
when I've I've had they got so used to hearing me do this sort of phone voice all the time that when I lost me rag and really went into it, I was like, where the hell did that come from? Yeah.
I mean, it's something.
A kipper tie. There's a cup of tea in Birmingham.
Yeah.
So Andy says.
Right. So people often say to me, how do you know, farmers, bloody farmers. Well, I grew up around farmers, so I get farmers, and I can relate to them. And farmers are quite untrusting people. Basically, a lot of farmers have either been ripped off, screwed over, hammered, or abused by people asking them if they can do things over the years, and it does create a bit of distrust of the government, politicians, officials, and so on. But I will be honest with you, with rural people and farmers especially, once you've gained their trust, you're laughing. You're in with the crowd. You're in with the clique. So if you live in a rural area, try and get on with your farmers. Be understanding with them a little bit. It can be. Somebody once said to me, "Oh, they're always whinging about me walking across their fields." And I went, "Which field are you walking across?" And I was running a rifle range at the time. That was the danger area was let to a local farm. And this guy was moaning. He said, "Well, I don't walk my dog. He comes out the farm and he's moaning at me and all that." And I said, "Where do you walk your dog?" "Oh, just up across that bloody field there. He's got nothing in it." I said, "He has. It's been ploughed and seeded. And you're walking across that crop and compressing the ground." He said, "Yeah, but it's only a little bit." And I went, "Yeah, but that little bit, every ounce, he's only making a few quid out of that field." The other thing is, if he's organic, the fact that you're in that field destroys his organic registration, which means he can no longer sell as organic because you can carry something like a pesticide from another field. I said, have a chat to him or tell him, is it okay if I walk my dog around the edge of the field on the borders? And you'll probably find he'll be fine. And yeah, within about 6 weeks, he was, "Oh yeah, I'll get on with him all right now. I did what you said. I had a word with him, told him that I was sorry. I didn't understand, didn't know." He said, he explained to me, he said, "And as long as I stuck to the edge of the field, he didn't have a problem." He said, and I said, "I'd keep an eye on the fences, or if I saw anybody up there, I'd turf them off." I said, "Well, exactly that. That's what they want."
Yeah, Sussex. My granny was like that because she was Sussex born from my father.
Yeah.
So my dad always used to take the pheasants to my nan's, my grand's to sort out because my mum wouldn't.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have none of that. Nope.
Yeah, and again, they can be awkward. They can be bloody awkward at times. But yeah, if you persevere with it and you gain their trust, I guarantee you got a friend for life. I'm going to be popping over and
Hi, Bill.
Seeing a mate this week that I haven't seen in 5 or 6 years. Chap called Dave, and I feel really guilty because we didn't fall out. It was just one of those things. I diverged on my path, and we just lost contact. But I often think about it, so I'm going to go over there. And he's either going to tell me to go away,
Timu,
or he's going to invite me in for a coffee. Either one I'll accept, and hopefully I can build that bridge again. Because he's a lovely guy, and I'd love to introduce him to the community. He'd thoroughly enjoy it. He'd love you guys.
Good evening, Mac.
Jess, Bill, I've never seen cows fighting each other while out. I've only ever tried to fight me. Jess, I've got to ask you what you do for a living. If you don't want to mention it on here,
hi T.
Don't say it. But I think it might be similar to what I used to do for a living.
Ironically.
I might be mistaken. It's just looking at your hours and that.
Hope she's all right, lovey.
How you doing, brother?
Chronically, his wife is having a trouble breathing, so he's off to the hospital with her.
Chronically, get her to the hospital straight away, brother. Yeah, get her straight
to the
hospital.
Put her on a vent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, chronically, just go. Go, mate. Go with our love as
What
well. and our blessing.
ventilator? When they got the mist, they put them on.
Nebulizer.
That's it. That's one
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
I was trying to think of.
Yeah, get her up there, mate, and don't take no guff from them.
Off you trot.
Yeah,
And,
literally, my tip to you is pull up outside A&E with the car, block whatever you've got to block, run straight in and say, my wife can't breathe, and then let them take control because they will panic, all right, and they will get hold of the situation.
Thing is, chest infections can turn very quickly to pneumonia, very quickly, and it's best to
right, so
get it looked at straight away.
As somebody with a bit of medical training, anybody out there, you get any chest pains and any trouble breathing, it's no messing time. It's straight to hospital.
Benny.
Yeah, don't faff about. Get straight to hospital. Right. So whilst Benny's here, I'll announce it tonight at around 11:00.
Hi, Mike.
Benny Bushcraft is doing a live from his camp tonight. So yeah, please go out there, join him. Oh, go out there and join him. Please join him on his live. Show him some love and support. And again, as you see on the board there,
well, yes,
Benny fantastic. Up at 2300 hours tonight UK time. Bushcraft Sussex on the 18th. That's Tuesday, sometime between 2000 and 2200. And if any of you, any other of you there that have a channel are going to be doing a live this week, give me a shout now. We'll stick it up on the board, then everybody can see it, and hopefully that will get you a few more.
Hang on. He said, "No, Mick, it's not working, brother. Been trying all night, still no sound."
Right, so Benny can't get any sound at the moment. Right, we had that issue last week. It might be the area, might be not getting enough thingy. Benny, I'll leave it up there for now, Benny. We'll see how it goes. If you're not,
I think it's Andy wants to know how to do a live. You know how to.
Right. So how do I do a live? Right, I go into my YouTube studio. If you use YouTube, so I go into YouTube studio. You've got the create bar. If you click on the create bar, it will say upload video, go live. Click go live, and then it will literally box you through setting up a live, programming a live when you want to do it. You can go live instantly and do it there and then and record it as a video, and it will go up as a video. Or you can set a time and a date to go live, which is how I do it. I just schedule it.
Hi, Island Jason.
Yeah, I schedule my lives, and I do it from there. And literally,
just answered you.
You'll get the box, and it will be go live. Click go live. It's quite a simple process. If a excuse my language, if an F like me can do it, anybody can. I do it on. I've got a PC and a cheap webcam.
Jess said she's an autism practitioner. She works with non-verbal men with transition, who are highly aggressive.
Oh, well done, Jess. Absolutely awesome. A caring person. Oh, what a...
So, Island Jason, how was your...
Yeah, so Island Jason, how was your camp?
Yeah.
Hope you had a great time out there, mate. Hope you had a good camp.
Will do, Faye.
Yeah, so, right, I'm trying to do comments tonight and go on the comments and lead the live off the comments rather than me rambling.
You just walk through the door, poor bugger.
Get yourself a cup of tea.
Yes. I've had another vodka.
Kaz is on the vodka. Vicky's on the cider.
I've had that bottle for about 6 months, so I thought I'd have some.
Andy, right, I tried to script my first one or two. My tip to you, when you first start out doing lives, you don't have many people on. So give yourself a couple of subjects that you'd like to chat about. Give yourself a couple of things to natter about. And what you'll find with time, as you get more people on, you can then lead them with questions, ask them questions. They'll ask you questions, and before you know it, you're rattling away like a good. And I just look at it as in my mind's eye, I'm sat here, and all of you are sat with me in the pub. I'm behind the bar with my lovely barmaid wife, serving your drinks, wandering up and down, having a chat, joining in conversations, drifting out conversations, and just enjoying the company of everybody. That's how I do it.
I was given this.
Jess, permanent nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Nice. It works out for your channel. That's good.
Oh wow! So Ollie Jason used every piece of wood that he had, and he cut another log that washed up on the beach as well.
Cool. Looking forward to seeing the video. And I am envious, Jason. I'm envious of you, the guys in Scotland, the guys in Wales, the guys in the States. Some of you guys have got such beautiful scenery. Unfortunately for us down here in the south of England, it's not a bad place to live, but it is cramped. It is literally, you are on top. You can't travel more than 15 minutes in a car without being in habitation of some sort, whether it's a village, town,
Yeah,
or whatever.
you can do live wherever you like, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get guys do lives on their mobile phones. You got guys that, like me, do it on the PC.
So
I like the PC setup personally because, and I'll be honest with you, it's still down to my eyesight. I find it a little bit fiddly and hard to do on the phone, whereas here, I can see the comments on there just about, and I've also got my lovely Cass here to help me when I get lost.
I check. Yes, you are back, Cat. KHJ is Cat. Everyone.
Excellent. Bushcrosser. Yeah, Sussex is lovely.
Hi, Daryl love.
I'm in like a corridor. I'm in what they call the Thames Valley, and so there's, if you think of London, is sort of that shape in southern England, and it runs it out towards the west and starts to drop south a little bit. So around me, I've got big towns like Guildford, Camberley, Reading, Basingstoke. Although Basingstoke is about 15 miles from me, and there is a little bit of countryside in between. So I'm sort of stuck in the middle of big towns. I've got Aldershot right on the doorstep. Woking, places like that. So we're literally on the edge of the London suburbs.
Because Woking is where the gentleman who wrote War of the Worlds come from.
Horsell Common.
And you actually, if you go around in the Woking town centre itself, there's lots of the three-legged beasties everywhere.
Yeah. So that's another one for you, Kitten, when you're down here visiting. So yeah, you've got Horsell Common not far from where you will be staying, what we were talking about earlier on. But the beginnings of War of the Worlds and all the rest of it. So yeah, suddenly wake up and see a big three-legged thing moving across the common. Don't panic, we kicked their arse last time.
Labrador.
Yeah, we all know how to. It's yeah. We were told years ago how to deal with aliens.
In Sussex, Katrina's mum and sister are down in Brighton at the moment because they live up near Blackpool, and they've gone down visiting her uncle.
Brighton, yeah, and Bushcroft, Sussex. So he's, for those of you that don't know, so again, you think of London, he's right down this way on the south coast, and yeah, it's got some beautiful countryside around there. Got the South Downs.
Oh yeah, Swan Valley. Yeah, that's where they do that's a big fishing place, isn't it? There, Swan Valley.
Yeah, Swan Valley. Yeah.
I've never fished there, but
yeah,
I've been there.
And again, it's the British Isles actually has some amazing countryside all over. It's got some real hidden little gems. But I do, being a West Country lad and somebody that also has a love of rugged landscapes. There's so many in the UK that I'd love to camp in that I've not yet. Yeah, everywhere from the North York Moors, Wales.
Sounds good.
I mean, I've camped in Wales, but never done a video from
Wales. I like Arundel. I like the castle and the RSPCB place down there. It's a Black Rabbit's pub still there, or was it been renamed? We went there when I was at school. We had a walk, and we dropped off the other side of the downs, and we had to walk up the downs and follow along the track, follow the River Arun through into Arundel, and we stopped at the Black Rabbit.
Yeah. There you go, Andy. Andy, you're in a stunning part of the world. Somerset, Devon, Dorset, all that area. Dorset. Gloucestershire. All that area is absolutely beautiful. Then you drop down to Devon and of course, God's own country, North Cornwall. Don't
So
say much.
where Andy is, he's General Montgomery planned market garden in the hotel there.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Well, not far from here, we've got, I say not far from here, down at Winchester, we've got, I can't remember what it's called now, but we've got a big, huge natural bowl in the
Yes, I haven't
landscape
been
in
there
the Downs.
since 81.
And that's
That's
where
a long time.
the generals gave one of their big speeches prior to the D-Day invasion. And again, when you travel through southern England, especially when you're going through the little villages, you see some stunning places. We've got one that we visit quite regularly, not far from us, Ogburn St George. So where the Band of Brothers, no, was it Band of Brothers? No, it wasn't. It was where? No, it was Band of Brothers. No, I'm lost now.
Also, we go.
It's where the guys from Easy Company were stationed when they were in the UK prior to D-Day.
There's also we got where the Magna Carta was signed.
Yeah.
Not that far from here.
Yeah.
Devil's Punch Bowl. I love the Devil's Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird now that you can drive where the road used to be. Because when we go out in our 4x4s, if you see people look at us, what the hell are you doing here? But it's a byway still,
Yeah. Observation post Charlie. Hello, mate. Big red one. Hey, I tell you what, for any of you guys,
that's it, yeah.
Any of you guys that are American
have
that had relatives that served here or were based here during the Second World War, if you can let us know where they were based, I'm pretty sure me and a couple of the others would dearly love to try and get videos for you of those places now. It's good content. It's also a nice link for you guys. So, yeah, if you can find out where they were based, start sticking it up on the channel. I'm pretty sure guys, if they're local to that area, will be more than happy to go out and have a wander around and film
something. Also at Odium, we got the... that was where, was it Winston Churchill's daughter or granddaughter lived? Yeah. And we got a castle there as well. Yeah. But we won't mention the castle because Mac doesn't like that because they imprisoned that Scottish person there.
Scottish king.
Yes.
Yeah. But by all accounts, had a high old time while he was there.
Yeah, we got.
Marston House.
Yeah. Yeah, we're quite lucky. There's quite a few. We've got quite a few. We've got the hill above Guildford. That's where the Vikings got to, wasn't it? There's a Vikings.
Yeah. We had
the Cornish got there as well.
I've put it up on videos before. There's Waverley Abbey, not far from here.
Oh, you love that.
The abbey was built on a basically big gory.
So Plumpton.
The Vikings made it up as far as that. Thought the Saxons got massacred. Right, they got wiped out. They were pretty much done and dusted, and the old Saxons just buried them all pretty much in a big old field. At which point, the local priest decided, I'm building a chapel in honour of the battle on that point, and then it became an abbey, and it had a great history. It's a beautiful ruins.
It's been a lot of films, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, often when I walk across there, though, I'm not thinking about the abbey and the monks. I'm thinking about the poor old Vikings that are down there.
Yeah, we've used, we've been to hand fastings there before now, and Jason from Muddy Ruts, the chef, he did catering there for us. A friend who's hand fasting it was, and you're actually in the old kitchen part, and it's still got the strange sort of domed roof above it. And it's fantastic.
Thing for Waverley Abbey is Waverley Abbey was designed as a kill zone for the Second World War. It was the British military realised that the German armour, looking at what it had done in France and that, was going to run for London. And so they worked out that the easiest way for them to get through the North Downs, where we are, was up through this section of Farnham and that. So they found an area where the forests opened out, the hills opened out, and would have made a natural funnel for the German armour. And all around this area are not just standard pillboxes, but artillery and anti-tank pillboxes, all facing set fields of fire. Absolutely massive. Some of these are 60, 70 feet across, complete with ammunition sections, a lot. And the idea was not to stop the armour there entirely, but to slow it down, to create this massive killing zone. And I've wandered around there with Mac a few times. You walk into some of these things and they are immense. And you start looking at their arcs, their fields of fire, and that military head going on. And right in the middle is this ancient abbey, you know. It would have been a lot of cover there. Stane Street, another fantastic spot. Yeah.
Yeah, Paula's in the house.
Hi, Paula. How you doing?
Anyone wants to watch a fantastic video about with lovely recipe on it.
Yeah, it was good.
Paula M, which is Mrs. Troutfire.
Yeah.
Mr. Kitten Killer's wife, Paula, made a fantastic video.
Right, she's just started a channel. She's got her first video up. Guys,
I don't know, you could stick so you can put it up for us.
If any of you could dive over there and just give her a little bit of a watch, a like, give her some honest feedback, show her some love and support.
Thank you, sweet.
Help a channel that's just starting out. And she thoroughly enjoyed making her video.
All right, Aldershot, Borden. Yeah, I was at. You were at Borden. I was at Borden on the Longmoor camp. I was a administrator, so I used to get phone calls from different units that wanting to book areas, and helicopters saying, right, we want to land, do a touch and go at wherever, Tweezledown, etc. So yeah, I was at Borden.
Caroline was responsible for lots of bangs.
I was actually one of my camps was what. Probably Sussex will know that. It was oh God, I can't think of the name of it now.
Borden?
No, the camp. Crowborough. Crowborough camp. That was my camp. I did all the accommodation out there.
Yeah. So my wife was my administrator.
I should get Snooker saying, "Can you please land?" I went, "Hang on a minute." Yes, you can. I never did that. Computer says no.
Not that kind of person, were you?
No.
Yeah. Cheers, Stealth.
Oh, so Katrina's got some footage of Waverley Abbey. It's a beautiful place. You've got the water there, and it's
All right, beautiful. I'll give you an interesting little story here about Waverley Abbey. So at the back of the Waverley Abbey, running around the back,
I did a lot of things for cadets.
And at this particular section, it can be very, very narrow, very deep, very fast flowing. Now, my mum in the 1950s belonged to a diving club that was run by a local police sergeant. And it was one of the places they used to go out and do their dives. And it's very silty in the bottom, very soft, very silty. And when they were doing their training dives, one of the things they would have to do is go down, grab a handful of silt and surface holding the silt. Well, over the years, they had all sorts brought to the surface, including, as my mum said, frightened the life out of one of the guys. Somebody gone down, and you've got to imagine this is pitch black down there and silty. It's gone down to the bottom, pushed his hand to the silt, felt something, grabbed it, pulled it out of the silt, surfaced holding it above him. It was a skull, a human skull. Right? Been down there several hundred years, but it was a human skull. But the other thing they were finding there quite regularly were gold.
Oh, I see. You need to get that. Oh, right.
Little gold pins, and it turned out one of the things that the monks did there to make their money was they would hammer out gold cloak pins. And at some point, they were either attacked or thought they were going to be robbed. And what they did was they hoid all these gold pins into the river. Obviously, they've sunk to the bottom, settled in the silt. And my mum said they were always finding these, but because it was a police sergeant who run the diving club, literally everything ended up in the local museum.
It's also there's a cave so a witch used to live in, not far from there, and there's also pillboxes. Yeah. There's a walk there as well. They've got a lot of the pillboxes.
Mother Ludlam's cave.
That's it.
Yeah.
She lent her a cauldron to the local church.
Yeah.
For I think it was a christening or something, and they never gave it back to her.
So she put a curse on them.
Yeah.
And that cauldron is still today in Frensham Church, still there. It's a lovely bit of history. Me and Mac slept in the cave. It's now fenced off. Nobody's allowed in it.
It's metal fence stuff.
Yeah, we did an overnighter in it 10 years before people were doing stealth overnighters and scary overnighters. Do you know what? We never saw anything scary.
No,
The
it's just a-
scariest
it's
thing in
just
there
a
was
big
his
wet
black
cave.
Labrador.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
wet cave,
it was
really,
wet
wasn't
cave.
it? Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's when Kitten and Paula, when you come down we can point you to some fantastic place. Or
Katrina,
we'll
when you
take
come
with
down, if you want to get footage of of Waverley Abbey, when you come down, give
We'll
me a
take
shout.
you.
I'll take you for a wander around there. That's not a problem at all.
Oh wow, German MP40 last year. Oh wow! So Ireland Jason spent 7 nights in a cave where he was mapping the longest cave in Canada.
Oh wow, wow, fantastic! Do you know, Jason? It's one of the few things that gives me the heaps. Because of in my career, I've had to. I used to be quite svelte lad, and
Skip for the sausage.
I ended up inside a storm drain, 24-inch storm drain. Got dragged up into it intentionally, trying to clear the roots and open this
water
drain
dragon.
out.
Interesting.
And I actually ended up trapped in there. I was on a cart that had a rope that pulled it from one end to the other, like a mechanic's trolley. So I had to lay on it, my hands in front of me, with a handsaw in my hands, and I got winched up it. And it got to the roots, and I was signalling stop, and the guys didn't. They actually snapped the rope off. And unfortunately, they couldn't get me out because when it snapped off, it let go both ends. And yeah, I was stuck in there for ages. And ever since then, I cannot abide being confined. Even sleeping bags and that freaked me out. I was down there for about 4.5, 5 hours. They almost got to the point of bringing in an excavator to dig me out, but eventually I managed to just sort of push myself out my hands. Never want to experience that again. But prior to that, yeah, I would have loved caving.
Yeah, that's really interesting in Sussex. So they got knuckler holes down in Sussex, and folklore. So there's a water dragon that lives there, the local one.
Yeah, lovely bit of history. And I love mythology and history.
Tamil King.
Tales of the past.
Edgar Allan Poe wrote a wicked crow about being
Nah. Don't even go there. Been close to it. And, and it's just the thought of it. If quite often on YouTube, you see this, great disasters in, and they'll show a picture of a guy stuck in a cave or a confined space, and Kaz, I tell you, I have to get up and leave the room. I get the cold sweats and everything.
My father, I can remember when I was probably about 12, 14. My dad had been digging a trench to put foundations for a building, and he was in the hole, and it started to collapse. And if it hadn't been for the lad that dragged my dad out, he would have been buried alive.
Yeah.
And my dad never said it to my mum. And it wasn't until a few months later that someone mentioned it. And of course, she went freaking nuclear because my dad hadn't told her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've never been. I was in shape to go squeezing through things like that when I was younger, but no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those life experiences.
He's all right with heights as long as it's natural heights.
Natural heights, yeah.
But when you get onto like towers and things like yeah.
Cliffs, abseiling, climbing, laughing. Trees, I'll scoot up and down a tree like a bleeding squirrel, not a problem. Love abseiling. Put me on a ladder, second step I've got the shakes, third step I've stopped dead. Put me in a building that's tall, I can't go near the edge. But you can put me on a 300-foot cliff in Cornwall, and I'll be stood on the edge, leaning over, counting the puffins on the ledges down below me.
We got a large oak tree outside the house. We're in a square, all surrounded by houses, and Mick and our youngest Dan used to climb that all the time and sit up in the top of the tree.
One of the jobs
until the old bloke kept complaining that you're knocking acorns into his pond.
When I worked in forestry, I became an instructor in that. So I taught chainsaw, felling techniques, and I also got into the climbing and what they call aerial rescue, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. Climbing on ropes is great fun. It's quite liberating. One of my claims to fame is they built a new bypass here. It's about 10 miles long, and it's got about 9 bridges on it. And the day before it was due to be opened, me and a mate of mine went and free abseiled every single bridge at the highest point all the way down it. And we got caught by security halfway down it.
handy.
And because we're intelligent lads, we were wearing high-vis vests. So this old security guard comes screaming up in his motor, sort of skidding to stop. What are you doing? We went, we're just doing final survey checks on the bridges. And he's like, oh, all right, nobody told me about you. So that's all right, mate, we'll be out there in an hour. We've just got to check all the bridges. Just bluffed it completely and just went and abseiled every single bridge.
Benny, have you got a little mate with you tonight? I bought Willow a coat. It's always one they step into and you do it up on their back. He wore it once and it's too small for him.
Yeah.
So I was going to send it up for Graham.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's fast as it. Oh, a typical Shih Tzu, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Andy outside was a hod carrier.
Yeah.
And
there's a job. That's a
yeah.
Please don't take it as me being sexist. When I say that was a man's job, hog carrying. You know, it's when I was a nipper. And I'm not being sexist. Women are as good as men are doing a lot of jobs, and I don't mean it's sexist, but there is a certain pride.
There's some
in
harnesses too,
certain
like
jobs.
ones.
When I was a nipper, I looked at and went, "That's man's work." That's because all these guys you saw doing it, they were big old sturdy guys, and I'm not saying women don't work hard; they bloody do. But it's hard to explain. We live in a world today where it's hard to say these things with respect, without offending somebody, and I don't wish to offend anybody. But yeah, that's graft. That is slogging. I couldn't do it.
So Jason had to explain Benny's videos around campfire last night. Funny enough, Benny, our neighbour Carol, Mick showed her one of your videos, and now her and her friend have been binge watching.
I've been binge watching Benny. Yeah, it's there are certain fields.
Time for a quizzy. Sussex used to pick up double garage lintels on my shoulders. Yeah, well, because you're in Sussex, double hard. My dad was the same.
You pay for that later in life. One of the things you used to have to do on the rifle ranges.
No, I've never seen a dust woman.
There was a problem on rifle ranges, which doesn't matter how hard you try and teach people to shoot. There is always somebody that says if you shoot at the base of the target, you'll see the splash and you can adjust your point of aim, which absolutely destroys the infrastructure around the target, which is made of railway sleepers, not pine railway sleepers. We're talking the old-fashioned oak sleepers. Well, when they get shot out, they have to be replaced because they reduce ricochet.
I sound like a barn door.
And I used to regularly throw one on my shoulder and walk the 60, 70 metres out to the range to the target bank, hook an old one out with a...
yes, Andy, there is.
What do you call it? Pickaxe. I'd hook one out with a pickaxe, clean the slot, and then drop the next one in. And you'd be doing that 2 or 3 times a week.
The old 50 odd pound bags of potatoes on one shoulder. Used to put them.
Yeah.
We used to get them when I worked in the supermarket.
Yeah.
I want a sack of potatoes like.
Yeah, there is a quiz tonight.
Jason's a cook.
Oh, we're a bit late. Sorry, no, Jason's doing the quiz tonight.
It's only 20:47.
Yeah, we normally do it 20:45, don't we?
Oh.
Jason, if you're up for it and ready, your quiz, we would say start in...
Right. Life for Hobby is said. Whoever wins tonight's quiz, he's going to make them a bull roarer. Or if you want to give it to someone else, separate that. That's okay. No. If you want to give them the bull roarer. So
there is a prize tonight that is going to be given to you by Owen, Life's a Hobby, for whoever wins the quiz tonight, as well as being quiz master for next week. I know Jason's just got back in, so I'm going to wait till he's come back and he's ready. But as soon as he says to me, I'm ready to start the quiz, we'll let him start it. And if he's not able to do it for whatever reason, he has sent me
because I'm not getting a bull roarer.
As he said there, whenever you're ready. Jason, I'll hand it over to you. Whenever you're ready, mate, start the quiz. You know the format. Ask the question. You tell me who's won it. I jot them down. And
Benny, you're double R going out with Bad
we'll go
cold
from
and
there.
that. Man flu. Bad boy.
So, question number 1.
It is now question time.
Yeah, quiz time. Right. First question. What 2 unique items did Zach Fowler use to win session 3 of
Season
Alone that no one
Nails.
else thought to bring?
2 items.
2 items.
Yeah.
Sussex.
Hi, Mole Catcher. Well done, Sussex.
Well done, Sussex.
Don't go on about chili sauce tea. That's a sauce I drink at the moment. That was a good question.
Yeah, well done. Bushcraft Sussex, question 1. Question number 2. When Bear Grylls consumed his own urine, what tubular vessel did he drink it from?
Sussex again.
Well done, Kitten.
No, it's Sussex.
Was it?
Yeah, look, first one.
Oh, it was Sussex again. Blimey, Sussex.
Woohoo, Sussex! You're on a ball tonight. Mac, you said Wales, didn't you? Yeah.
I'm going to come up with a quiz just for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly, Paula. Yeah.
Right, question 3. We're talking about the god of bushcraft here, the originator, the man, Mors Kochanski. For any of you that haven't seen him or know of him, look him up. Mors Kochanski developed the super shelter utilising a Mylar space blanket and a poly
painter's
drop sheet to create a sub-zero survival shelter. Which 2 groups did he credit with the design?
Ooh. Yeah, there's 2 items.
There's 2 groups. 2 groups.
Someone's got one there. That's boring. Werewolves. Ow! What are you on about? It's a tough one, but we have got. Sainsbury's and Tesco's.
Kiwi, you want to look up Kursk?
Yeah.
Mors Kochanski.
Yeah. No.
Well,
so far we've had one that's had the one answer right.
Right. What I'll do.
Paula gets half point because she was the only one who said it, and it was Inuits.
It was Inuits and his students.
Yeah.
Question 3.
That's answer 3.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, way.
Yeah. So question.
See, she comes in robbing us.
Now we're up for question 4.
Yeah.
Question 4. How many grams of carbohydrates are in one as sold serving of Buldak 2 times spicy artificial chicken ramen? How many grams of carbohydrates in your Buldak challenge ramen?
George and Mildred. We just lost him, haven't we? We lost him, George.
Yeah. Mole catcher.
No, I'm with you, Mole Catcher. I ain't got it. Yeah. Teasing you so far.
The tease.
Oh, again. Oh, close.
Close, Paula. I think we'll go another half point.
Yeah. Oh, she can close it.
Oh, tea.
Tea, you look.
Yeah,
didn't
we're
you?
going to do that tea, I think. Tea was. Yeah.
Oh, you were close there, Paula. You were getting. Yeah.
Tea, you were 1 gram off.
It's a lot. It's a lot of owie, owie, owie.
Yeah, Benny, I owe you for that. Got me suffering.
666, the number of the beast.
Question 5. In a 1997 movie, Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin escaped an attack from what forest-dwelling creature? Outdoors Apprentice.
No, because yeah, but if it is a type of,
I'll award an extra point if you can tell me what type.
Yeah, what type of creature? Benny Bushcroft. So Molecatcher got that one.
Was that Molecatcher?
Greg Ovens.
Was that Molecatcher?
Tony Thomas. Yeah, it could be, Mag. It was a Kodiak grizzly bear.
Who got that one?
That was, I believe,
Molecatcher, was it?
Yeah. These are very good questions. Very good questions.
On to question
Willow, yeah, was that you, Willow?
On to question number 6.
It was Willow, yeah.
Oh, yeah, come on, guys, you should all get this. Question 6. In an emergency situation, how would you send an SOS message using Morse code? Bushcraft, Sussex.
Yeah. Actually, the Molecatcher said that Outdoor Apprentice got it before him, so Kiwi got that one. Not
all right.
him.
Cheers, Molecatcher. If you're on the street, I'll change that to Kiwi. Well done, Kiwi. Yeah, Bushcraft, Sussex. Well done, mate. Question 7. What are the 3 elements of the fire triangle?
Yeah, so Sussex got that one again.
Oh, yeah. Sussex, yeah, spelling error, but it's got to go to Sussex, isn't it? See what you meant. Oh. Question 8. In question 7, I asked about the fire triangle. Which element besides oxygen, heat, and fuel would make the fire tetrahedron? Tetrahedron. Oh, Sussex again.
Sussex. Guys, he's on the.
He's on it tonight. He's on it tonight. Well done, mate.
So you'll get a ball roller too. This bottle's not lost.
Dragon shell, fart gas.
Willow, when he's eating that flipping lamb chubs that he's been eating just lately.
Yes. So we got that one, Sussex. Number 9. Question 9. A pizza with ham and cheese should have which topping accompanying it to make it proper?
Squirrel. Faye got it this one.
Faye. Well done, Faye.
Faye got it. Oh, pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple.
That's just so wrong.
John
Wrong.
Pineapple. Sorry, Jace.
Yeah, it should be pineapple. Pepperoni in it, and the outside. That's what I reckon.
Question number 10.
I rebooted him.
I rebooted. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, pineapple in it.
Right, question 10. How do you get down from an elephant? How do you get down from an elephant?
Oh, he pulling his tail.
Oh, John Kennedy. Yeah, I think.
I don't know what he's up to, Jason, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's John Kennedy.
Yeah.
John Kennedy.
You get down from a goose.
Right, I should just total these up. Let me
You
figure
need
this out. Who won this?
I did get a bonus one. You're gonna need it though.
One.
Thank you, Jason. That was again another lot of fantastic questions. We're doing, yeah, some very clever people out there in the community. Yeah, Benny said if he'd been playing it this time, he would have won.
I know. I was thinking that myself.
See, you missed out, Benny. You could have got a bull roarer.
Right. Bushcraft Sussex won that, hands down, without a doubt, with 5.
Hey!
Everybody else got 1. So well done, Bushcraft Sussex. Next week you will be the quizmaster, and speak to young Life's a Hobby. Speak to him about your bull roarer, and he will send you a bull roarer. And next week you will be our quizmaster. Same rules apply. You've seen the format. You know how it works. Yeah, let's go for it.
Oh, so Sussex is already getting a bull roarer. So there's one bull roarer up for grabs.
Right. So first person to type in the answer. Right. So here's a question for a bull roarer from Life's a Hobby for you. It would have been the bonus question. Okay. With Hot Hands hand warmers, how long can you expect them to be hot in your hand? With Hot hand warmers, how long can you expect them to remain hot in your hands? Stealth, well done, mate.
Got it. Stealth, you are getting a bull roarer.
So, Stealth, if you would like to speak to Life's a Hobby, have a chat to him, and he will send you one of his handmade commissioned bull roarers. The only deal is we want to see it on a video, brother.
See, you jinxed yourself. You guys, I'm the person who's not going to win it.
Find your friends with Island Jason. I literally used one for 8 hours the night before loss. Jason, is that for the Bears? I would have thought it had been something that would probably actually made them go, stay away from there.
Yeah, you said you didn't. You were going to win it, and you flipping did. See,
Stealth's a winner.
Stealth, stranger things happen at the sea or on the Sunday Night Live.
There will be fireworks in Wales tonight. There will be a small village. Everybody will come out and celebrate. There will be Stealth carried through the streets on the shoulders of the villagers.
Yay! So we'd expect you to see in the woods go.
Right, guys, thank you very much, Jason, for that quiz. That was fantastic. Everybody thoroughly enjoyed that. That was brilliant, mate. I know everybody enjoys it.
It's your turn.
Your turn next week.
Next week, produce 10 questions and a bonus one in case there's a tie.
Jason's his wife said they burned her legs because I stuck a couple in her sleep bags. Oh, not the bull roarer, the hand warmers. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, John says we've got to carry them on their shoulders, making strange goat noises.
He's been to Wales. He's been to Wales before. Excuse me, guys.
They were really good. It's nice to
really struggling with that tonight.
Oh, just scored 50 feet of TVEC from a dumpster at construction site. Oh, well done,
nice,
D.
Nice. Oh.
I've never seen the screen move so fast as when we do the quizzes because it's like.
Yeah. And I do, and again, for those of you that are sticking in the comedy answers, I appreciate those as well. They're funny. Everybody's enjoying them. Mac, I'm definitely going to set up a quiz for you one week, and it will be quite simply like what mammal swims in the sea,
Oh, wow.
what countries to the left-hand side of England.
Where'd you get? Where do they go have their seaweed stuff?
Yeah. Where did Tony Thomas come from?
That's it. I mean, any sort of questions. It's nice to test.
It's a bit of fun.
Yeah,
it's a bit of fun. And again, Andy, a bit too quick for you. Yeah, it is quite quick, unfortunately, Andy. But we one of the things was when we first did it was I wasn't too sure, but it's for fun. It's for fun. There's no prizes. It's just for the fun of it. And
there
again,
was a bull roarer
it brings up subjects that it was a bull roarer tonight. If anybody wants to donate a prize at any time, more than welcome. It brings up subjects like Mors Kochanski. Okay, there's a lot of people may never have heard of him, but he is the grandfather of bushcraft. He was absolute genius chap. You know, way before your Ray Mears.
Yeah, what do they make soap out of? Well,
in actual fact, Ray Mears based everything off of what he'd learned through Mors Kochanski. So, yeah, well worth a look into. So he's got some videos up. There's some footage of him in the days when and where. And
that would be nice, wouldn't it? And
is there a speedboat for the top prize? Yeah.
I don't think there's any other lies that do.
If I ever get to the point where I am monetized well enough, I will be doing prizes. It'll be the Mr. Beast special. Welcome to the Mickey Quiz Night. Tonight there is £1 million up on offer.
Yeah, definitely got bored of the craft.
Yeah, it is. He was a genius man, absolutely clever, and a lovely man as well. Yeah, so dive over and have a look at
Bully special. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, so I hope you're all good. Like I say, I do apologise, keep fidgeting. I broke my neck in '87. I displaced 2 vertebrae in my neck, and every now and again it just gives me a bit of grief.
That's quite a good one, John. John said maybe a Moors challenge should build his survival pot from stuff found in a local thrift shop. I believe that. Didn't Benny do that? And Benny's the champion of that one for us.
There's a challenge. There's a challenge for you guys. Now, go and look up Mors Kochanski's survival pot, and I challenge you to come up with your own. Yeah, I challenge you to go away and over the next month come up with your own challenge pot. Sling it up on your video. Just a bit of fun. Let's take our hats. Let's tip our hats to a man that should be remembered, that 90% of the human race knows nothing of. But those of us in the bushcraft survival world, yeah, we owe him a tip of our hat every now and again. You know, he's
Jason was saying that he made a video of Mors Kochanski's super shelter. It was 30 degrees inside it.
Yeah, he was a very clever man. And he was also the sort of guy that every one of you, I know you'd love to have spent a night in the woods with him.
Sorry, Benny. Sussex got it he answered 5 correctly, and he's getting the bull roarer.
Yeah.
No, yes. Not actually. No, he's donated it, and it's actually Stealth who said he wasn't going to definitely wasn't going to get the prize.
Derek, I'll tell you an interesting story about quadrophenia. So a friend of mine, or friend of me and Kaz's, a guy called Spider, bless him, very, very ill now, and very really getting on. So he was one of the rockers there, actually, when
me too, Ken.
The news report of the fighting and the rioting in Brighton kicked off. Okay.
And Katrina's mum is actually down, and sister are down in Brighton at the moment.
And we were talking about it one night, about the old rockers and mods scrapping and the rest of it. And he turned around and he said, "Do you know what? I've never really talked about it ever since because it was a bit embarrassing. But did you know what actually happened was the newspaper that was down there at the time covering the rockers and the mods being there basically paid £5 to anybody
to go and knock one of the others out.
Go and knock one of the mods out." They basically engineered it so that they would get something up in their papers. So the whole mods. I'm not saying that the mods and rockers weren't having little scraps here and there, but the footage that you see on the news was hyped by the newspaper, paying people to kick off.
That's why they were in the exact spot when it happened, because they had paid the people to do it.
And that's why that summer, all over places from Margate, Brighton, Skegness, and all sorts, whenever these groups got together, they were kicking off. And it was the newspapers. Same old media rubbish that goes on today was happening then.
Yeah,
and as he pointed out, £5 then was more than a week's wages.
I remember in the 80s when the punks and the skinheads were against the bikers and the teddy boys that we had, because Katrina's dad was one.
That was in Guildford,
and then Guildford. I remember I was there with some of my Teddy friends, and I was one of the rockers, of course, and we actually had skinhead turn up into this cafe in Woolworths with a great bullwhip, cracking it off, because we were there drinking a cup of tea and we all got thrown out. We were just sitting there having a tea and like cake and that.
Pills were the drugs of times, D. They were uppers and downers, basically. And they were prescription drugs gone crazy. It was just your generic uppers and downers, blueies and that.
Valium, yeah. I remember my dad, I went to a concert once. I think I went to Iron Maiden, and I had got these travel sickness pills, and my dad thought they were what do you think they were? Purple something or other.
Yeah.
He said,
Purple Hearts.
Purple Heart. What do you do with Purple Hearts? I said, they're travel sickness pills. He goes, no, they're Purple Hearts. I'm thinking, how the hell does my dad know about Purple Hearts?
Teddy Boys were the British who were in the rock and roll, basically. So yeah, Big Quiffs and all the rest of it. Basically what you would have called rockers over there. So right from the 80s, 90s, thousands, and all the rest of it, I've been around the bike scene.
Yes,
been to rallies, been to shows, been to events.
82, 83.
I will tell you now that I've been to so many Hells Angels, Satan Slaves, Outlaws, rallies, and in the custom bike sections I've seen scooters. All right. Beautifully. I mean, not my cup of tea. I've never really enjoyed a scooter. I have ridden one and didn't like it.
You always see scooters at bike rallies,
customised and rest it, because the love of engineering into your two wheels, your machine, transcends the differences. I've seen Hells Angels with custom built chops with I'm not going to get into the technical side of it, 6-inch over forks, extenders, and all the rest of it.
We've seen
cut frames, fully engraved, sat next to a scooter, and I've seen the Hells Angel looking at that scooter going, man, that's some work's gone into that.
New Romantic, yeah, I was one of them as well.
There is a within that world, within the two-wheeled world, really and truthfully, it is a brotherhood. It is, whether you ride a scooter, whether you ride a small bike, a big bike, and there's a connection. There is a nearness of being in the wind.
I've seen a fantastic. It was someone had turned a moped into a chopper, and it was done out in the most beautiful RAF paintwork. So you had like your Spitfires and your Lancaster bombers and all that all over it in the paintwork. It was absolutely stunning.
Don't get me wrong, there'll always be a bit of Mickey touch. There always is. And you'll get the same thing between clubs, between different makes, models, designs, and all the rest of it. But there's also a level of respect.
Yeah, because your mum lives on the Isle of Wight, and she's always moaning about the mods over there.
Yeah.
It's nice though. It's no fights though. No, exactly, no fights.
In the 80s, I used to go to a place called Woking. And Woking was big in the northern soul community down south here, because we had quite a few bands in the area that were mod bands and northern soul bands. And they used to, at the hall there, they used to have a northern soul night once a week. And I'd pull up on my motorcycle with my leather, with my cut on, with my patches on, and walk in and join them there because I enjoyed the music. And don't get me wrong, there was a couple of times when I had issues with idiots, basically. But it would only ever be the odd one or two idiots, and you can normally calm that down very, very quickly. And yeah, I'd have quite a good night with them.
We've been to so many bike shows and that all over the country, haven't we? And it's about the ride. It's not about whether it's got a 600cc engine or 200 or 100 or 50. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, does it?
Well, I walked away from the motorcycling community basically because there was friction between a lot of the big clubs. Right, that's all I'll say about that. That's all I'm going to there. That's private between them.
Yeah, right, and Stuart, they do.
But I've been to rallies with all sorts of clubs all over the UK, and every single one of them I've had an awesome time at. And all the individuals I've ever met have been absolutely awesome guys. No matter what their club, no matter what their patch, all the guys have been welcoming, friendly, great fun. If you're ever out there and you bump into these guys, please don't feel that there's some sort of monster that the media makes them out to be. They're human beings at the end of the day. By all means, tote them nod, smart bike, chat to them nicely. They're always going to be a little bit on edge because they don't know you, and they get a lot of crap from the media and people anyhow. But please don't start throwing your kids in the car and panicking, because they're probably in the safest place they could ever be in their lives.
I've been out on my mobility scooter at bike shows, especially down in Devon, and I've had nothing but respect and helping and things like that. When our son come off, he had an accident. He broke his hip at a stag do. He jumped off a table in one of these German bars and broke his hip. And the first time out on his bike, we went down to Dirtle Door, and he came into his car park and it was uneven, and he lost balance and fell off his bike. And it was patch members that run out and picked him up.
Slaves. So anybody out there, Satan slave, thank you very much for picking my son up that day. I owe you a beer. Great bunch of guys to make sure his bike was okay, he was safe, him and his missus were okay.
Yeah, because you was on the back of it.
Yeah, they're human beings. They're all human beings at the end of the day. So.
Poor Jason. He said the worst part about camping this time of year, his Jeep is full of wet gear. Guess I better get it cleaned up before next weekend's trip, before Benny's live. Good evening, Maximus. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
that video was fantastic.
So I'm going to be sticking up a video in the next few days, and it's not my video. Maximus Smith has had a go at the Baldock Challenge.
That was fantastic.
And he is, because he doesn't have a channel, he sent me through his video, and I'm going to stick that up on his behalf on my channel. So,
and Jason, well done at doing. Jason, well done at doing your Baldock Challenge.
Yeah,
the only trouble is, as you can see from Mick's little short that he did, he's had a problem since then, thanks to Benny, the fact that he can't stop wanting spicy stuff. We've gone out and he's bought spicy chorizo where he normally buys normal chorizo. He's, instead of buying certain sauces, he's bought chili sauce. So thank you for that, Benny, because now me and the dog suffer at night.
I can't help it. I've got this craving for hot and spicy. It's
bad, Lawrence. It's really bad.
And Ali Outdoors said to me, try the Bombay Bad Boy. I tried it.
He was going, this is nothing. I thought, oh my God, you lot have created a monster.
So, yeah, I can't help it.
Yeah, you say that, Jason. He was actually on about, there was one pack left, and he was on about eating that. But then Jason from Muddy Ruts, the caterer, he didn't have one, so he had it. So yeah, he's actually been out this week and bought some more spicy noodles.
Jason said it there. Jason, I agree with you. Those Baldacks, there's something about them. They were nice. Don't get me wrong, they're bloody hot, but they were nice.
It's the same as that tiger bread. They put something in it.
There's something in it that Faye, I'll give it a go. It's something. I've literally within 2 days, I was like, I need something spicy. And it's got bloody daft now. I can't.
Because you've only got one kidney, you should be able to be.
Doctors like, don't eat spicy stuff. and I'm like, I can't help it.
Yeah, I said it's like almost like by losing that kidney, it's actually unleashed a monster.
Well, the one I'm going to try this week, I don't know if you lot want to see me do it on a video. Even.
Yeah. He's found some in, I think, went to Morrison's the other day.
We got no, it's a Chinese shop.
Oh, that Chinese shop.
Chinese shop.
Yeah.
We got an Oriental shop.
Yeah.
I can't say Chinese because somebody gets upset about the Chinese.
That sounds awful.
But
hang tough, you've got to try the sphincter shrinker.
That
sounds dodgy.
So they do all sorts of noodles in there, and I did have a look through, and I didn't want to buy Chinese ones because I didn't want to support the communist government as I've been accused of. Just like
he's a communist.
These are Malaysian, but they've got 2 packs of spice in them. It says here 2 sachets of spice. So I'm going to give those a go this week.
Oh, so Maximus had those.
Are they any good?
Yeah,
Maximus?
he said, good noodles.
Yeah. And they had a massive selection in there, but they have.
It's like a kid in a sweet shop. It goes, oh, you see what they got in there?
At the moment, they have the Baldock Black, which I gather is the normal ones, and they've overstocked. So they're doing buy a pack of 5, get a pack of 5 free. So I'm going to buy some. But they also do the 3 times and the 4 times as spicy. Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. But he doesn't like spicy stuff. He has never liked. I mean, I slowly have gone up. I've gone up to like Boona. I don't like spicy stuff either, but I was finding korma and that a little bit too mild for me. So I'm slowly sort of getting through it.
And I just put it into top gear and accelerated.
Because I like that. There's a sauce I put on my chicken, peri sauce. Now he finds that too hot, so I bet you'd like it now.
Yeah, it's one of those things. And I've always been a mild guy. I've never been keen on spicy. I don't. Maybe it's something to do with having the kidney out and it's affected my metabolic rate or my taste. I don't know, but.
So John says, Owen, can you do a video on the Irish spice bag? Looks interesting from what I've seen, but we can't get the season in the US.
All right, yeah.
Prawn video. See, I always go for chicken. Chicken is always, no matter what I have, I always go for chicken.
Yeah.
But Bushcraft Sussex likes prawn vindaloo. I think Mac likes a madras, don't you, Mac? I'm pretty sure it's a madras you like.
Mac likes spicy.
Yeah.
Wait, you used to like spicy?
Yeah. Maybe they're secretly. Yeah, that could be true. He's got an alien.
Yeah, maybe. whilst we're here, we'll grow another one.
Yeah. Yeah, she's right, actually, Katrina. Your taste buds do change because I hate cheese and onion crisp now, or sour cheese, sour cheese and chive. I used to love cheese and onion crisp, but I cannot stand
chicken fowl.
That's it, fowl. Yeah. But yeah, your tastes do get different.
Check out the receipt for the hospital. No receipts given here. It's NHS, mate. I thought that somebody said to me the other day, they said, oh, yeah, but for all you know, Mickey, you didn't have cancer. And what they've done, they've given that to somebody else who sent it. I go, do you know what? In all honesty, if they've taken a kidney out and given it to somebody that desperately needed it, so what?
We made some, he made some cheese and chorizo parcels today, didn't you? Yeah. And I made some sausage rolls. Yeah. But unfortunately, you didn't use the spicy chorizo one because we're using the other packets up. Yeah. But
it's
hiking the hills.
It's funny how
See, I like the chicken boona.
Your tastes change, and they do change. And don't get me wrong, it's a weird thing. Yeah, I don't like the heat. But I crave the heat. Did anybody explain that to me? Can anyone explain to me how?
Molecatcher said you're actually looking a lot better. Thank you, Molecatcher.
Thank you, mate. I'm losing a little bit of weight, actually. I've lost a few pounds. And for observation post Charlie, I am still doing the walks. It's just I thought people would get bored with constantly getting, hi, it's Mickey, I've just done another walk. For those you might want to know, I am up to doing 5 miles at a time at the moment. So it's all
Kit was
getting
saying
better.
that since he's been vaping, his tolerance of spice has dropped.
Yeah.
And Lawrence says that they had the steak, just needed the kidney.
I had a nice T-bone the other night.
Oh, Welsh dragon sausages are good. I've never heard of that.
They sound nice.
Let's see. I mean, chorizo is fantastic. Anything. Omelets. I like chicken and chorizo paella.
Yeah.
That is.
Right, there's one for you guys. So, as you know, me and Kaz often look through Temu. Now, before anybody shouts about China and Chinese and all the rest of it, not everybody can afford to buy main brands. And there's a lot of cheap stuff out there. Now, I'm not advocating the politics. I'm not interested in the politics. I'm not there. What I am interested in is what I can get kit-wise that's good kit at an affordable price. And to be honest with you, I work on the principle that if I'm drowning and somebody throws me a rope, I really don't care who's on the other end of it. Okay? Now, just lately, we've been getting freebies offered to us.
Yes.
And the freebies, I said to Kaz I was interested in getting, because I only had a couple and they were getting a bit tired and starting to leak, were waterproof bags. These at the moment are quite affordable on Temu. They come in.
The blue, that one, and that one were actually didn't cost us anything. Because we called it, said we were Premier. We had a chance to. They say, "Oh, choose 2 of 3 items." So you choose 2, and they said, "Actually, you could have 4." And we had to do it every day after you'd done that. Click, and they will send you the free items.
At the moment,
and you got a jacket as
5
well,
litres. These 5 litres are heavy duty plastic. They are waterproof. I've sat on them. It's taken my body weight, which is 15.4 stones. They are brilliant.
Okay, I've actually got cheap. One of those 30 litres on for my scooter.
For all you outdoor guys, they're worth grabbing. At the end of the day, for waterproofing your kit, I've got to the point now where I'm actually in a position for the first time in years where I can literally put food in one, put my dry kit in another, and so on, and load it up as I want. But again, the other bonus with these is they have one other great thing, which is they are waterproof, which means they hold air. And even the small 5 litre one becomes a very, very handy flotation aid in an emergency. Even when it's in your pack and you've sealed it,
are about 2
it's
or 3
going to hold air.
And like I said, we've got like they're doing the blue, the dark blue, orange, but they're also doing the plain colours and the camo.
The 15 litre there, I packed it out today. 30 litre, sorry. 30 litre there, I packed it out today. That will take a British Army Arctic sleeping bag and the bivvy bag. Okay?
Yeah, they are really thick.
And again, literally, for keeping your kit dry, because we've all had it. We've all, the rucksacks.
You needed Temu Stealth.
But the simple fact is that in an emergency, if your mate goes into the lake or the river, okie doke, you're going to faff about pulling it out of your bag. I know it's not instant, but there you go.
How he tested that Stealth was he put air in one of the smaller ones and left it for a week, and the same amount of air was still in it.
It doesn't lose the air. Sit on it. The other bonus with these, of course, when you're out and about, you're at your camp, it reduces one item of kit from your bag. Yeah, because if you just drop it down and half fill it, there's your pillow. Okay, nice air-filled pillow.
Yes, Steph was saying he had one from Home Bargains and it went down.
Yeah.
But he said you've had one for. You got some in your basket now. Get them because I've got the orange one. I think they do it in a lime green as well, camo. I've got the waterproof one for the back of my scooter.
I had a look at some of the big brown ones, and to be honest with you, I don't have the anywhere from £30 to £80 to spend on a waterproof bag. I don't have that cash. It's not something I've got available, and I want to keep my kit dry.
We'll be doing one this week. One of the freebies we got was a lovely jacket.
Yeah.
A waterproof, like ripstop.
Yeah.
Waterproof jacket.
Yeah. So
You get a pink one. Oh well, there's nothing wrong with getting in touch with your girly side. Thing is, you don't want to get it mixed up with anyone else. It doesn't matter if you've got all the different colours, then you can say right, that one's for this one, that one is for that.
The heavier plastic ones.
Yeah,
there are lighter versions,
but they are very light. Those ones.
They are very light. They are waterproof, but they are just a. Yeah.
Again, it could be a pillow, or
it would do the job. It would help to keep your kit dry. It's just, it's a little bit. I wouldn't use it as a seat. Makes a more comfortable pillow though.
We got some racks for the air fryer, and they are brilliant because it means you can actually have like 2-story in your thing.
It's a handy bit of kit. It's one of those bits of kit that we often look at and think, I could really do one. The guys that really go for them tend to be the guys that do a lot in water canoeists and things like that.
Reboot, so like so, the multi-cam one Reboot, they do in every size. You go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. I think go up to 40. So you got the they are a lot thinner, but they still do the same.
Definitely better than sticking your gear inside a bin bag and throwing it inside your burden. The other nice thing as well is means you can separate your items out into food, clothing, sleep system.
And if you've got one of those, you put your damp wet clothes in it. It's keeping it away from the other clothes that you've got dry.
Yeah. They just one of those simple bits of kit that
the French MRE flipping Kiwi, they are to die for. That I cannot tell you how strong that rum smelling cake was. There's 3 little ones, and jeez.
Right, there's no alcohol rating on it, so I don't even know if it is alcohol in it or the French have got this clever way of cooking the alcohol off. But you definitely get that. You felt like you just drunk a shot of rum. It really was a pickup. That French ration, right, tin-wise, I've kept the tins back. So
yeah, he stashed the tins. Because like you said, that I mean, we were saying that the one that the cake came in, it would make an ideal one for poaching your eggs in.
Right, so we've all got used to boiling the bags over the years, especially the British Army. Okay, so you take a boil in the bag. Right, that's just what you got there. We got a curry there, boil in the bag. Brilliant. It is brilliant. Okay, it is good. Problem with it is flimsy. That can be punctured quite easy. You stick that in your pouch, your pocket, you sit on it, or something punches it, it's done. That's your food gone. Tins used to be, in the British Army, in actual fact, more like that.
Yeah.
Which is a pain in the arse because of its bulk, its size, and its shape. The French military have taken that sort of meal and stuck it in a tin this size, which is perfect.
They're hard, aren't they?
So here we go. Combat 95 trousers. Okay, the old-fashioned side pocket there. There's 2 tins. That's 2 in there. Dead easy.
Wash the smell away.
Right. I could actually probably, in actual fact, right, so I can get them flat enough, I could get 4 to 5 in that pocket alone. Okay? They pack away dead easy. They fit inside a smock pocket like that.
That's
with no problem at all. And yeah, they just, I was gobsmacked. I was blown away. I was expecting, when Cass showed me the box and I went French ration, I was actually expecting to be able to go mad. No, I was completely.
I have been. Amazon have some Swiss ones at the moment, but they're dated 2020, and I know you can eat them, but £26 for something that went out of date 4 years ago. I think no, I don't mind. It might sound tight, and I know if rations are rations, but I'm actually looking at 2 particular ones at the moment that will be the next ones, either German or Polish.
And again, that little tin holder that just flips on like that. That is such a handy little item. And it, whether it goes on the side or whatever, it's a bit of attention to detail that I really, really liked. And again, once it's on there, it's not coming off. And again, I expect what the guys do is make sure they got one with them, chuck it in their pocket, the smock or whatever.
That would definitely be in your go pack, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely your go pack. And the tins themselves, once you've used the tin, I mean, all you bushcrafters and preppers are looking at that and thinking of things straight away.
I was saying to Mike, obviously when you seen the video, I was thinking about the edges.
Yeah.
But there hasn't got any edges. That you could easily use it as a drink, or
emergency
like I said,
cup.
Drop an egg in that and boil an egg.
Even down to the little pate tin.
That's a good idea, Michael. Lee Michelle was saying that you could put it on a key ring.
Yeah.
Make a key ring out of it.
Now I'm looking at, so that's the dessert tin, okay, and I'm looking at the pate tin. Actually sits just inside. It won't drop into it all the way. It just sits on that lip. But there's bits of me going meth burner, and again, it's
you could put like a little ratchet strap or something around that, couldn't you?
It's one of the things we all tend to do. We look at stuff and go,
"All right, lovely, take it easy.
How can I use it?" And in a prepper survival world, they're not cheap. 26 quid, 24 hours worth of food. If you were a long distance lorry driver, or you're prepping for an emergency, say you live somewhere where you have to take a regular overland journey in a vehicle and the weather could turn against you, and you went, do you know what, I want to carry a ration pack or a couple of ration packs, so I've got 2 days worth of supplies in an emergency. The French ration would be my recommendation to you. It was superb. Even the energy food was small, discreet, easily thrown in a pocket, but was high impact.
Those biscuits were lovely. Yeah. The sweet, the salted, and the chocolate chip ones.
British and American rations. I will say the difference in thought in the consumables, the small items, was better. It was small, flavoursome, no muck in it, no chemicals in it.
I'm actually thinking that possibly Easter I might splash out and get the UN one, because it's quite a big pack, but it's like 60 quid. But I think Easter is a sort of special time, and everyone seems to be enjoying the MRE things at the moment. But it's unfortunate. I had some suggestions for some of the MREs to try. It's just actually getting them. They're really hard to get hold of. I've been down all the. I've been to Strike Force, Preppers Shop, eBay, Amazon, you name it. I've been there, and if you want UK, there's loads of them. But as I said, the Swiss one was on Amazon, but I'm not going to pay 24 quid for something that's 4 years out of date.
It is. The other thing is with
it's a lot.
So I owe an apology straight away now. So the MRE video and the next video I'm uploading were both long videos. The MRE video I think deserved to be quite a long video, because unlike
quality,
there's some really good reviews out there, Steve and people like that, but they tend to just focus on here's the tray, here's the food, and all the rest of it. I'm actually trying to get across
transport fishing them.
Genuinely what I think of it as a survival food, as something to prep with, or something to use. And I'm realistic enough to realise that not all of us are going to run out tomorrow and spend 500-600 quid on ration packs for our year's adventures. Quite often what we do, like myself in the past, I've just gone and bought bits and pieces from the shop, but occasionally military mate might turn around and go, I've got an exercise on this week, do you want me to see if I can score you a ration pack? Yeah, cheers, mate. Really appreciate it if you could. And then I get it home and I sort of squirrel it, or I'll break it down and just use the bits out of it that
I'm not saying that at some point I'm not going to get one of the newer British ones, because maybe someone out there hasn't seen the British one, so I probably will get the British one. But
trying to do the video from a point of view of giving you what I think's the information you want, rather than just. I mean, I've watched a lot of MRE videos by people that have never been in the military.
I'd buy that French one again. I'd stack that away. I would. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of videos by people that have never been in the military reviewing an MRE and then turning around and going, "Oh well, I think the pate was really poor quality, and I didn't like
Another thing is
the
that
fighting men food. It's not stuff to eat because
they
you
have
want
those
to eat it; it's because you've got to eat it."
tray things. They put it all out on the tray. Like
You'd
I
never
said
do it in the
before,
field.
in the field you wouldn't do that because you don't know when your next contact's going to start. So you think, right, I'll have my breakfast. Right, I've got that down. Okay, you wouldn't go because if you put all your food on there and then you got a contact, you're stuffed. You've had nothing.
Average British squaddy basically gets his ball in the bag and makes a decision: have I got time enough to waste to heat it up?
Sussex.
Brilliant if I can, and if I can't, it's chow down. And do you know, from my experience, about the only hot meal that you actually really had on a regular basis would possibly be your first meal of the day, because if you're in a harbour area, you wake up and you go, do you know what? I've got to have a shave. I've got to get my brew on. Throw the breakfast in it. That's the hot one.
These MREs, these sellers on eBay are getting quite crafty because the law with the hexamin and that, what they're doing is they're breaking them down. So instead of paying $16.99, you get one meal. So it can be breakfast, your main, or your evening meal. It's.
I reiterate it again. We did check the pack. So in that French ration pack, that is not hexamine. Okay, that is Amiflam. Okay, Amiflam. I would never.
Amiflam. It sounds like some ladies' toiletry stuff.
Yeah, I would never ever do anything in the UK to consider breaking the law whatsoever. I really wouldn't.
Cup of soup. We like that. Same kitten. Cup of soup. We got the we like the tomato and basil. So we got those, and he's forever eating Oxo cubes and Bovril.
Maximus, you're right there. A lot of squaddies will have a jet boil, but also within.
I quite like some of the dried ones.
A lot of my mates sorry, Mac, RM. A lot of my mates wear green hats. Worked with lots of guys that wore green hats, and their favoured one was the MSR.
It's a tiny little thing. It comes in only little.
Yeah.
Little tub.
Again, it was
MSR.
It was cheaper to buy. The MSR is cheaper to buy than the jet boil.
Yeah, Jason's got that same one.
Just as powerful. Great bit of kit. But nice thing is packed down into
the pocket rocket, yeah.
Yeah, the pocket rocket. That superb. You know, don't go out and buy a jet boil pot. Go out and buy a pot that fits it.
Andy says you will carry your food in your backpack though if you were carrying food, surely. I quite like the dried one. They do an apple crumble and custard, I think it is. Oh my goodness.
My rations would go, depending what I was doing, is how I'd carry my kit. Me and Mac have worked in fields where you got to move light and fast, and we take a 24-hour ration pack. There's something I've often said to people: 24-hour ration pack will keep you alive for 5 days. Okay, you break it down. You'd select when guys are in the field, they don't get given like, there's your 24-hour ration pack. There's your 24-hour ration pack. It will literally come into a group of guys. There's a 10-man pack of them. They open the box, they throw the whole lot out on the deck, and they'll go through it. All right, and they will go, I like the beans, I like the breakfast, I like the main men. They divvy it up amongst themselves, okay? And they will split it up. And there will be guys walking out there with 3 or 4 breakfasts in their pouch. There'll be guys walking out with 2 or 3 main meals and that. You sort of do that, and then you're left with that little pile of stuff where everybody's like, no, I'm not really in it. You tend to break it down. The 24-hour ration pack is a 24-hour pack. Yes, you are supposed to eat the whole thing over a 24-hour period. But a lot of guys just break it down to what they want, what they need for the next 24, 48, 72 hours.
Jason says that he's never used his jet ball. Perhaps that could be a prize for next week's trivia quiz. Kitten says he carries his 24-hour pack inside his water bottle. Perfect.
Yeah. Kitten was showing me today, actually. It's a brilliant design. And again, so it depends what you're doing. If you're camping, if you're going on a wild camp, you want 3 meals a day, fine. If you're on an operation or you're in an OP or something like that, you're going to think about weight. That's going to be your first consideration. What do I need weight-wise? What do I need to fuel the machine? And that's how you break it down. You stop thinking about, oh, what I would like is, you actually come down to that scenario of what do I need to keep the machine functioning day by day? And you'll then break the rations down from that point. I had a comment on one of my videos, oh, that French pack was too big to stick in a rucksack and all the rest of it, too big to
That
carry.
was the same one who took the mickey out of the Baldock as well.
I beg to differ, because that ration pack, nobody I've ever met in any
Andy,
service,
I could do one of those.
no service in anywhere in the world, have I seen somebody go, I'm going out on a 48-hour mission, so I'm going to need 2 24-hour ration packs and drop the boxes in their Bergen. They don't. They rip it apart. They go, that'll go in that pocket. That's munchies. That'll go in that pouch, and away they go.
Everyone knows Tommy. He's our serving British soldier that came. I actually showed them to him, and he said that it'll be so much easier if the British came in boxes like that. He said, because you can stack them. He said, trouble, you try stacking those bags in your Bergen and that, they just in
the other issue they're finding is stacking them in vehicles. So a lot of stuff's vehicle borne these days.
I wish.
So you might be in a Jackal or something like that, or in the old days, say a Land Rover. Go back to the old days, say a Land Rover. So you're going to go on an operation, there's your vehicles. There might be 8 of you split over 2 Land Rovers. If you're lucky, you might have a mother vehicle like a Unimog and that, and you might be going for a prolonged mission. It might be a week, 2 weeks, and so on, resucked in the field. It's going to be dropped to you by a helicopter or whatever. Boxes are great then, because boxes stack tidily. Boxes can be laid out on the floor of a vehicle. A bit of ply or a bit of target board can be dropped on top of that. Right, you can then walk over it, you can stack fresh on it, or you can stack it in a corner. That's where the boxes come into their own. As an individual, the first thing you do is bin the box and pack it out. And as Tommy was saying, the problem with these bags is
you stack a can. Anyone knows how easy it is to
stack it. They're heavy. You can't stack it. They're an awkward shape. You end up, and as he said to me, the problem is they're coming back and they're getting out somewhere. You crack the bag open, the bag's been split, or the ration pack's been split. Your main course is now spread over everything else in the bag. That's the downside.
Night, Jason. Thank you very much for the questions, and glad you had a great time.
Jason, have a great night, mate, or great day, whatever it is. I'm losing track on.
He's going to be, he's going to pack his stuff away.
Get your head down, brother, or sort your kit out, brother. Get your head down. Thank you very much for the quiz.
It's a big difference. It's 60 quid for a whole box.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the places I've seen that they wanted for a whole box, or for a 10-man ration pack of 24 hours, they wanted £110.
Yeah. So we're going to do it once a month, and we will basically, got to work to our budget.
All right, new video tomorrow. Jason's putting out.
Brilliant. Look forward to that. I'll be putting a video out midweek this week, and that's one on bags, and it's a long one again.
Plus Maximus is one.
I'm afraid, guys, it is a long one. I did waffle on for ages. If you want to skim through it, by all means, skim through it. But it's really aimed at thought processes for newbies, especially, and I'm comparing military and civilian, big bags, small bags, and that sort of thing, and showing how I load them out, what I carry.
Especially now you're at 194.
Yeah, 194. We're nearly at 2,000.
Yeah.
Get in there. Thank you so much, all you lovely people. I really appreciate it. The other thing is, right, so the next, from Thursday for 12 days, I'm not going to be around a lot. I can't disclose what I'm going to be doing, but the world needs sorting out. So I'm going to be busy. I will attempt to get videos up. If you don't see me for a few days, please don't worry. I'm all good. It's everybody else.
What we're going to do this week, we're going to try and do a load of videos for having the cache of videos made. So you will still get the...
I'm going to be stood down at the weekends. So you will still get the Sunday social. Okay. But yeah, I've got a busy few days coming up doing bits and pieces. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But so if it goes a little bit quiet, please just bear with me. I will
Yeah,
get back
Max,
to you.
it's funny
lovely
isn't
people
it, that
ASAP.
some wives always complain, except when there's a power cut. We actually had one of the neighbours come round because their power cut, and
Oh.
they didn't have a lighter even. We gave them candles, and you gave them a lamp, didn't you? And they brought the candles back the following day because they didn't have a lighter.
I know where lighting the candles. And
Really?
There was part of me going,
No
why didn't
matches,
you just?
no lighter, nothing.
I've given you 8-hour candles. You literally live 20 feet away, and you sat there in the dark all night because you didn't have a way of lighting the candle. Why didn't you just come back and knock on the door, for God's sake? You know, it's. I'm starting to realise that some people are just happy to sit in the dark and wait for I mean, they literally, it was a power cut. There was an issue in the area, and some of the circuit had been blown. We're on like a 3-phase on this estate. One of the phases had blown out, and they were prepared to sit in the dark, wait it in the cold, waiting for somebody to come and turn the power back on.
They want to know if you could do it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I cannot believe people in this day and age haven't got a lighter or matches. I mean, I don't smoke, but I've got I like joss sticks. I like candle. I love candles, and I also like to burn white sage. So I've always got matches, candles, or I was stealing his.
Yeah, I just suddenly realised that there's those of us like you guys out there, your wives, your partners, your children that have been, I want to say educated, but a bit realistic.
These were elderly people as well, Stealth. You wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, and there's people out there that they literally sat there. Couldn't you get the power back on? I went and checked the fuse box. I went through all the RCDs, checked the circuits. They were all good. Came down, the power meter that shows the power coming into the house was reading 0. So there's nothing coming into the house. And I went, there's nothing I can do. It's either the mains fuse that's gone, that's on a security tag. Can't touch that, you'll get into trouble.
If they come round, we would have given them a bloody lighter or matches.
Power cut. You need to get on an electricity board. And they went, right, we'll get on the electricity board. When do you think they'll arrive? So I have no idea. But if you tell them you're elderly and you're infirm.
It actually came back 1 p.m. the following morning.
Yeah, and
1 a.m., sorry.
They were quite, there actually was, somebody will come and switch it back on.
If they
somebody will come and switch it back on.
If they come back and said, we haven't got, or they could have said to you when you gave them the candles, we haven't got any lighters. We've got more than enough lighters here.
Yeah. What's a cigarette lighter at the end of the day? It's pennies.
Yeah.
If I'd have known that,
got those long, the ones that used to click on the old gas fires or gas cookers.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of those, so I use those for my joss sticks and that as well.
Cheers, Lawrence. Appreciate that. Yeah. It's only 12 likes. There's 24 people. There's 12 of you haven't liked.
Yeah, we're the same, Max. We used to have elderly behind.
Yep.
And when it snowed and that, used to go around and ask them if they needed anything, because that's what you do.
Kiwi Zippos are great. Just remember the one downside with the Zippo, if you don't manage it and look after it, the day you go to use it in an emergency, its petrol will have evaporated. Because they do evaporate.
Yeah, you used to take them, John, didn't you?
Yeah.
Little bowls full of businesses used to have little packs of matches and that.
Yeah, you always used to whip them. Yeah.
But it's you got a power pack, haven't you?
Yeah, old school rules. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and let's face it, we were talking about this today. I mean, it's spring. What happens every spring? Certain members of the community get into bow drill. It's something to do with sap rising through wood, I believe.
All I can hear is those
people out there pumping bow drills like mad things. And again, it's getting back to, that's great out there, but the real priority at home, if all your power went off now, what have you got to reach out so the missus, the kids, the dog aren't tripping over things, walking around looking nervous? It's that ability to just go, right, where's my emergency box?
You're right though, still. Every time he goes out, he gets some more lighters. Unlike lighters, we got matches. Like I said, those clicky things you get in Poundland, you get 2 in a pack, don't you?
Yeah.
And candles. I've got a cat's mum bought me a lovely biscuit barrel. It's a rabbit, and it's full of tea lights.
And again, if you're going to have lighters, get yourself some gas. I've got about 3 bottles of this floating around, just so that I
Yes,
can
you did
refill
mention the bow
lighters.
drill.
Yeah.
Oh, Maximus has bought a bow drill with bearings on. I must say, Maximus, your wife is very good at the videoing.
Yeah. This. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the bow drill. It's, if there's a skill to learn, it is bow drill. Go out and learn your bow drill. All right.
He didn't start the fire. It's been always burning since the world's been. Very good, Owen.
Go out and learn. I'm not knocking it.
Yeah, we've got
It
battery ones
is
as well.
something to go and learn, something to perfect. It's something you should know if you can. However, don't. My advice is don't suddenly go, I can do bow drill. I don't need to take anything else out there with me. Often in my videos, you see me doing alternative firelighting, but I'll be honest with you, always in my pack, the very first thing I come to in my pack for making fire is a couple of cigarette lighters. Because if it was an emergency, do you really want to be sitting there doing bow drill? You want to be able to get that fire going, get warmed up.
But we were warned that there could be power cuts, yet people are still not ready for it. It just shows if the shit does hit the fan, you know, most people are absolutely screwed.
Yeah.
Because they're not ready.
Yeah.
We Kiwi, we've got the battery candles as well.
Yeah.
We have them all the time. It's
and again, quite often you don't need to spend a fortune. It's look around. Things like pound shops are absolutely brilliant. Dollar
really
Generals
well.
and things
You
like
did
that.
really well, Max.
Yeah, filter around into them, see what you can find. The things I've scored lately that I think are game changers for me are.
I'm the same, Max. I never used to. I used to be off screen. You'd hear me, but you wouldn't see me. But now, yeah.
Biggest game changer for me just lately, and this is life's a hobby's advice. I mean, he walks up on Irish mountains that are quite desolate. It's these little in the pound shop. So you get a white one and a red one for £1.75. I think it was.
No, £2.
It was £2.
Yeah.
Silicon. Okay. Red light. That flashes.
And a white one.
And the fact that it will just loop over on itself and stick on a strap means I've got one on the front of my bag now, one on the back, because I've been doing some road walking.
And you got me some of those for my walking stick as well.
I've had a couple of times where I've that idiot hasn't seen me. You know, I walk face into traffic. They haven't seen me. So having those on there now means there's no excuse. And it is, again, doesn't mean he's not going to run me over. But at least he runs me over and the copper turns up, and whilst I'm laying there in a mess, I've got a red flashing light on me. The copper's going to look and go, why did he not see you? It's not going to be my fault. Hi, Andy. How are you?
Right. Currently, has just come back on to say that his wife's got an inhaler now. That's fantastic news.
Brilliant. She's okay.
Andy Taylor's in. Bushcraft wants to know, is that a push bike one?
It's a bicycle one. It's literally designed to just do that around the handlebars. It's in the pound shops in the UK at the moment, and at the end of the day, it's just a little button on the top. You can have a steady red, and it is quite a good red focus. You've got a fast flash and a slow flash. Now, at the end of the day, the fact that it just clips on, I've now got it slapped on straps on my chest rig on my front. It just sits there like that now, which means.
Good idea, chronically.
Yeah, as you're all aware, I like red light at night purely and simply because it doesn't knock out my night vision. And as you see, my eyesight is not the best in the world these days.
Good night, Sussex.
So every advantage I get, I'll take. And that red light is enough to see to walk by. It's enough to read a map by. It's not going to knock out what little night vision I've got.
Lawrence.
It's the way to go. And it makes me visible. And I can switch it off at the click of a button.
Like Kitten says, essential for road walking.
It's definitely essential for road. Well, up where Kitten is, especially when you get out around the Forest of Galloway, that if you had to get out and walk from the vehicle, some of those dark roads up there are quite lethal.
One thing I would say, chronically, if you've got some Vic or some what's that stuff, the little drops, I can't think now, but if you put get some hot boiling water and put a bit of Vic into it, or a few drops of the stuff you put in your pillow, and put it near her, that helps with the breathing as well.
So all I've done is I've just slapped one on the back of this small bag, so that when it slips on my back, it's there. But I've got a
Opus oil, that's it. I was afraid. Opus oil. Put a little bit of Opus oil or Vic into a bowl of hot water. You can either put a towel over your head and breathe it in, or put it next to the bed.
on my chest strap.
Thanks, Owen.
I've got that on my chest strap, which just by rotating it.
Yeah, the chest strap there, that was from Temu.
But that's highlighting where I'm putting my feet, or if I want to hold a map out in front of me, I can do. But again, it's just walking up the road, and it's not going to dazzle my night vision. It's not going to affect my night vision. But again,
yeah, these chest straps, they come in. I've got him orange because he's going for sort of bright colours. You can get them in black or the olive and that. They're ideal if you haven't got a chest strap already.
Yeah.
Not crystal. You're welcome, Chronic.
Under £2. All right, so they're only going to have little watch type batteries in it. You're going to have to replace them, but even those are cheap enough to get.
I mean, worked out that you could put the flashing one onto my stick, and when I was walking about, out to the vehicle or out and about, you can see it flashing.
Even the white ones.
Yeah, the white ones are good too.
Even the white ones, if you've got a walking stick, you stick that on a walking stick.
I believe they're made by Dunlop, aren't they?
Yeah, they are Dunlop.
Yeah.
So, again, you can stick that on a walking stick, and it's going to give you a bit of light, especially if you're doing videos and things. So.
Yeah, like Owen said, they last for days.
Yeah.
And it's easy enough to get the little batteries to fit in them. We've got packs of those because, of course, the little candles we've got that are battery candles. They take the little small batteries, and we've got lots of things like that. So Maximus one's chargeable from USB.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's all little bits of kit, isn't it?
It's outside the box thinking, isn't it? Is you see things now and again. If you got, it's funny. I think you got prepper, survivalist, bushcrafting mindset. How often do you actually walk around, see something, and go, that would be handy? You know?
Right, Chronic's asking you. He said, he asked some advice. He's trying to make some firelighters and needs some good natural oil that takes a spark easily. Any ideas?
Right, you can either have a look at Stix's video and make yourself some pine tar or birch oil. If you want to do it, if you want to go through the whole process of making it, which is quite simple. But me personally, my quick, easy go-to is purely Vaseline, or even Vic, but that tends to make your nose go a bit. But Vaseline and cotton wool balls, mate.
You just massage it into the little balls.
Yeah.
And then when you get to use it, you just fluff them out, don't you?
Yeah. And Kaz got
Fazwax, that's.
Yeah, Kaz got me some little tiny Ziploc bags. They're only about that big. Take 2 cotton wool balls perfectly for doing training and that. And just a little bit of Vaseline in there. We did put a little bit of Vaseline in there, put the cotton wool balls in there, give it a stir. That's one of the best go-tos in the world, mate. You literally fluff that, hit it with a ferro rod match, whatever you want. It will light.
Yeah,
and they
chronically, if you go to
well.
like Poundland, you get a really big tub of Vaseline. I think it's about £2, and you get a huge bag of, I think, about 100 cotton wool balls.
Yeah.
All right, it's a bit of a pain. You've got to sit there with a bowl and just sort of massage it into it. But if you've got those little clear bags, you just put them in there and sell them like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the things when I teach courses and I'm doing people.
Thank you, Max.
I've had to do courses over the last 4 or 5 years for people that are going on expeditions. They can be film crews, news crews, and even down to aid workers and people like that. And it's one of the things I get them to put into their fire kit is cotton wool balls, Vaseline. It's light, it's easy. You don't even need a big tub of Vaseline, just one of the little round tubs. And Vaseline, let's face it, should be in your survival kit because it will treat windburn, it will treat sores. You can use it as a fire lighting aid. If you've really got
if
push,
you go back
shove,
to,
shove, you use it as a food source.
If you look on Stix, his outdoors videos, he's got the video there of how to make the the Vaswax.
Yeah, Vaswax. It's Sticks is the man when it comes to Vaswax. He invented Vaswax, and now all throughout the world's bushcraft community, I'm often seeing videos where people are going, today I'm making some Vaswax, and I always smile and think to myself, Chris, yeah, look what you did. Look what you did.
Maximus said he's got loads of firelighters. If you're interested, he's got shitloads of firelighters. If you want me, just let him know.
Okie doke.
That's it. That's all about. It's the community, isn't it? It's all the ideas and sharing things.
Yeah, it is about sharing knowledge. And this is the thing about survival as well. Prepping. Community. You need community. Not everybody knows everything. I don't know everything. Okay, I picked up things along the way. I often get told, "Oh yeah, you know." I don't know everything. There's plenty I don't know about. Plenty I've never done. Plenty my skill set is poor at. I know enough to get myself by, and I'm constantly learning from others. And also, it's important to share the knowledge you have with others.
See, that's good thinking. Michelle's just said that if you finish with the Vaseline tins, you can make them into alcohol stoves. Unfortunately, the ones we've got are the plastic tubs, but that's perfect. If you've got the metal tins of Vaseline,
brilliant.
Fantastic.
Brilliant. And again, see, there you go. I wouldn't have thought of that, but Lee Michelle, brilliant. As soon as you said it there, I'm like, do you know what? My brain's going ding, ding, ding. That works. Fantastic.
Because the community becomes a ultimate recycler.
Yeah.
Everyone just throws things away in the bin. Excuse me.
Wax pads.
We think,
wax pads with Vaseline. Wax
pads. Oh, it's gone, is it?
Perhaps
wax. You might have to revisit that one. Oh, Chris. This is that live. It's gone.
Chris, you need to do another video. Then you need to do another video on producing the oils. There you go, mate. You got somebody out there waiting to watch it. That's one person straight away.
Yeah, that's Rebooted just said. Networking is an often overlooked but extremely powerful tool. It gives the knowledge to people who haven't got the knowledge, or helps people with the ideas that they've got to say, yeah, you can do that. Just give it a go, and if it works out, share it.
Yeah, share it. Share the tips. Share the knowledge. Share the techniques. It's the more you can pass it on, the more people become self-reliant, and the more self-reliant people are, the more people that will do well in a poor situation. The other thing is, if it's like I said, people share knowledge locally.
Yeah, because Maximus has got his Firestones.
Yeah, those
are amazing.
Yeah, they're bloody genius. They are. That works so well. I've got to sit down and do a proper video on those, because I'm actually got to say, I reckon I can boil water faster using those than I can with the gas.
But that's all about about this community being able to do things.
Stealth. Somebody needs you to do a Vaswax video, mate. Okay.
Yeah.
So Sticks has passed it on to you.
Maximus's Firestones and
yeah, those Firestones are absolutely brilliant.
That's it. I mean, come the day of the reckoning, we're all going to be fine. Everyone else will.
Well, I work on a principle: the more people you share to, the more people know. The more people know, the less people relying on you. And that's the truth of the matter. If all my neighbours knew and were sensible enough to keep candles, torches, matches, and things like that in their house,
yeah, of course,
come a power cut. I haven't got that knock on the door.
If you go and look on Kitten's fire straw as well, and Lee Michelle was saying about Vaseline wax, you wrap it in duct tape. That's another good one.
Yeah, duct tape is superb stuff. Duct tape, so many uses. You know, there's the old saying: if you can't mend it with duct tape, you're never going to mend it.
Yes, Stealth, you do. True. Less biscuits, more fire stuff.
No, keep the biscuits.
Keep the biscuits. Yeah. Well, you could have shared them, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Kitten Killer's got a fire straw video up.
Yeah.
That's another one worth looking at.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's always different ideas. It's easy to. Yeah.
Bushcraft Rebooted. Networking is great, but stay clear away from people.
Yeah, pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
Nah.
Right, there's another channel I'd like to give a shout out to, guys. I join this guy as often as I can on his lives and that. Absolutely fantastic guy. Does some brilliant videos. When it comes to knives, especially some of the knives we can't get and have in the UK, Phobos makes some knives absolutely brilliant. For operators, by operators. He can tell you all about it. But dive over to his channel, Bushcraft Rebooted.
Yeah, rebooted. I lost him for what, 7 hours the other day.
Yeah, I joined him on
He
a
couldn't
7-hour
sleep.
live. Absolutely fantastic, and made some friends. I made some friends out
Yeah,
there
we've got a few joining the channel.
through his channel. And again, this is the thing. It's the internet. We don't have to be limited to UK. We don't have to be limited to Australia. We can
Thanks, Sticks. Thanks, Owen.
spread out. And even if certain items might be non-legal in your country, i.e., here I can't open carry a sheath knife.
We can't have hex.
At least I can get some information on certain brands, types, whether they're good, whether they're bad, and so on, and share knowledge. The other thing I've found as well with my American community, which I really appreciate, is the understanding and the differences in laws, right? Rather than, and you do get the odd comment, oh, you in the UK are weak and you in the UK this, that. I don't mind that. I'll take it on my shoulders. It's not my decision. That was a decision of my government. I can't help that. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's nice to see how other people do things. And the majority of the guys that I've met through his channel have been super supportive. Really, really nice guys, keen and eager to share knowledge and information. And I learned this week that there are places in America that are limited. There's, and I might get wrong. Correct me if I get this wrong. Bushcraft Rebooted, but I think it was California, New York, New Jersey. You're not even allowed to carry a knife. You can't carry a knife. You can't have a lock knife. You can't have a sheath knife. You can't have a gun. So we're here in the UK. We're always hearing, yeah, guns all over America. They just charge around. We
also found out that Australia, you're not allowed to have catapults.
Yeah. So again, we're all affected by different rules, regulations, and laws wherever we are in the world, and it's very interesting to learn how other people adapt and how they get to carry on with what they wish to do, and how they adapt to the situation. So
many squads are great fire starters. It's funny you say that. I had some a prescription from the doctors this week. I have this Aveeno oil, which is it's a moisturising oil cream that's based on porridge oats. And it said on that, it said, do not get near naked flame as this is highly flammable.
Yeah, there it goes. Bushcraft said they have as many restrictions out there in places in the US as we do here. Yes, life's a hobby. Yeah, Bushcraft Rebooted. He's the parachute man. He was a rigger. He's an absolute. Anybody wants to know about parachuting? Ask Bushcraft Rebooted. It's his background. That's what he did. He was a jumper. So. It's not my cup of tea.
And Mac should get together with their jumping.
Mac once asked me if I'd like to do a charity parachute jump. I said, not if you want to hear everybody for 30 miles screaming the whole way down.
Andy was saying, talking about power cuts, I have a few neighbours knocking on the door as they know of the kit, and they are happy that I even cooked a chili on my tent burner. That's just it. It's just fair to share with the community that's out there as well as.
And the thing is, Andy, is then your community. I often hear from people, don't let people around you know that you're the survivor prepper, because they will come to you in an emergency.
Max just said, I'm not allowed to own a crossbow. Law didn't say that. You did.
Yeah, exactly. I did that. You are not allowed a crossbow. So, Andy, you helped your community. Now,
you mean the stuff you clean nails with? Isopropanol. That's it.
So, Andy, as you pointed out there will be people in your community that won't help themselves, but I can guarantee you there will be somebody, or at least a couple of people amongst them lot, that have gone, I need to get one of them. I need a wood burning stove. I need to get myself this.
Thanks,
I need to get myself that. And again, it's that thing. You start to, when you have people in that situation and you turn to them and you say, do you know what, guys? Get yourself a little camp stove. Maybe if you had this, maybe you had that. That's when they go away and they go, as soon as the power comes back on, they're on Amazon. Because they don't want to do that. Well, nobody wants to go and knock on somebody's door. The 2 old ladies
sort of behind us, obviously, unfortunately, they've both passed now. We gave them our number, and said, if you need anything when it's the weather's bad and that, just let us know. And if we're going out shopping, we'll pick you up stuff. So that's what you do.
Community. You've got to look after people, and it comes back to pay itself back, because if you can help your neighbours to become self-reliant, I'm not saying make them preppers and preach to them the good word of prepping, but if you can give them that little bit of, do you know what, maybe we need to get a gas stove, maybe we need to put a little bit extra by, it's in a genuine long-term situation, it's taking the pressure off of you, because they're going to sit there in their house chuckling that they've got everything they need. Oi, oi, Benny.
Like Chronically Outdoors, you're welcome for support, and I hope your missus feels better in the morning.
Yeah, send her our love, mate. Send her our love, and I hope she definitely feels better. She will feel better by the morning. You got a nebulizer for her there. That works wonders. It opens up everything, and she will be fine.
Yeah, we were one of the mad buggers that jumped out of planes, Mag.
Yeah, as Max says there. Yeah.
Good night, Jason.
Right, yeah. So they're saying that 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's been a long one tonight.
Is your volume okay, or is it still playing you up? Are you in your live?
Yeah, Benny, are you going to do your live, Benny? If you can let me know now, I'll pass it on to everybody else. If you're going to give it a try, let me know and I can let everybody know. A bushcraft rebooted, Mac. It's something I would never ever understand or wish to do myself. But
it looks amazing when you jump out, but could I do it? No.
I will take my hat off to you. I've just finished reading 2 books, The Red Devils and hang on, let me go get.
I mean, it must be a fantastic view of the world from up there, but yeah. Oh, wow, Lefty. He's got 11 inches of snow.
Wow, Lefty. Said something over here. Right, so I just finished reading 2 books.
Yeah, I bet your prep is on.
I read that one, which was absolutely fascinating. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
That's from The Works, isn't it?
I'm reading that one, right, which is a really interesting book, because it's actually the German story of the Arnhem Bridge, and that from the German perspective, written from the German soldiers' point of view. And again, because in history, one of the things we've got to do is learn from both sides. But one of the things I'm taking from that is the brotherhood that comes from doing something unique and overcoming fear. It's quite fascinating to, when I'm reading through the stories, everybody in there said, you know what, it's not natural to jump out of a plane. Nobody wants to jump out of a plane. It's not the right thing. And overcoming that fear and gaining that confidence in your kit and your equipment, that's a real bonding brotherhood thing. And I've got a great deal of respect for that. It's quite unique. Me and Back have known one another for donkey's years. We've been very good mates. We've been in a couple of tricky situations together. I think he's about the only person that I would trust. If it came to having to get out of a plane, he's the only one I would say, do you know what? I will go if he goes, but he's I'll follow him into the gates of hell. Simple as that. But that's
Lefty, our son, our youngest son, lives in Prague in Czech Republic, and he had -8 this morning.
Yeah.
Come on, put it. Excuse me, I'm just going to grab the furry one. Come on.
Yeah, it's a unique experience, and I'm not saying as I get older, like the spicy thing, there's part of me, maybe I could be persuaded to do a tandem. But I need whoever's going to bring me down is going to have to be big, strong, burly, and able to overpower me through the door.
Go There was. Oh, sorry, Molly. There he is.
Yeah,
There you go, Willow. There you go.
He was having a
There you go, D. Yeah, he was having to keep an hour.
Yeah.
As you can see, because he's very tired.
Yeah, been busy. Been busy. He's looking at the clock going, yeah, you two not be done by now. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Jumping out of a plane. But then, as Mac always said to me, and he's right in what he says, knowledge overcomes fear. I was afraid of climbing. And I started to climb. I became confident in my kit, my equipment. I still won't let anybody set out my rig for me. It's me that sets out my rig. But all the time I'm setting out my rig, I'm happy and I'm confident with it, and I will go up and down as need be.
Yeah, kids do it, but not with another man strapped to his back.
I'd have to have a man
I
strapped
mean,
to
the
my back.
views
A big
must
bloke.
be absolutely amazing. But as I said,
there's part of me wants to experience it. There's part of me wants to experience it because of the people that have experienced it. And again, it's one of those things. I'm a bit of a history buff. If I was to do it, at least I could then look back when I read books like that. And again, I can't put myself in, it always annoys me when people say, yeah, I can imagine what that was like. No, you can't imagine that was like. You can't imagine the flak going off around you, the tracer, the explosions, and all the rest of it. But there's also an experience that links in training and so on, and actual doing it.
Max was just saying he'd done an Australian abseil of a 200-foot viaduct a few years ago.
Nice. Wow. Nice. I did an abseil a while back where I had to relink a rope. So you come down on the abseil, you actually get to the point where it's quite spooky, but you abseil to the end of the rope. Well, you don't abseil to the end of the rope, but you're abseiling towards the end of the rope, knowing that you are then going to do a relink. So you're going to connect another line in, disconnect, reconnect to that line, and abseil further.
What gets me is when they're all standing in, waiting, and it's go, 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 go.
Well, a friend of mine always said to me, it's not heights that you need to be scared of, it's the ground.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there's quite a few of you've abseiled of quite a few of the bridges that go over.
Yeah, I've done all.
We've got a lot of the motorway bridges around here.
Yeah.
We've got a canal one, haven't we, as well?
Yeah, I've done lots of abseiling. I thoroughly enjoy that. It's
Dara Love, good night, and God bless too.
Yeah, God bless you, mate. God bless you, Dara Love. May God go with you. Have a great day. Have a great week, my friend.
It's 10:20.
Right, yeah. We're going to call it quits here because we're going to go grab a quick cheese sarnie, and then we'll keep our eyes open for Benny's live, which, with any luck, Benny will be able to go live tonight.
Wow. Maybe we can catch up with you again this week, Mac.
Been a fantastic week, guys. Take it easy, stay safe, look after yourselves, have fun, get outdoors, have your adventures if you can, and if you can't, just enjoy yourselves. Nighty night to everybody. As Volcatch says,
have a fantastic week.
That sums it up, doesn't it? Nighty night, mate.
Nighty night.
Yeah. So as I like to finish off, as I always do, love those you do, forgive those you don't. May peace and light be upon you all in this glorious world of ours. From me, Kaz,
and the Willow,
everybody that has anything to do with the YouTube community for Hampshire Outdoors, that is all you guys. That's my nod to you. Have an awesome week, guys. This is Mick and Kaz. Mick out.